going on? It's your dog Artman the Great. We're back for another boxing conversation. Look, a lot of shit going on in the boxing world. A lot of bullshit, a lot of finger pointing, and we're about to start getting a lot of answers this coming week. Inoue versus Fulton is on the 25th. Then we got Errol Spence versus Crawford, July 29th, live on Showtime pay-per-view. I mean, we got a great week coming above, coming up right now. But what I wanted to talk about today was this whole thing with Inoue, being somewhat of a suspect, ped suspect. So let me put my glasses on. It's rolling up. We're gonna talk this boxing shit, man. Look, I like Inoue and I like Fulton. Of course I'm rolling with Fulton because why the fuck not? I'm Black American. You know what I'm saying? It's the countryman. It's my race. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like overall he's the better fighter. I mean, his resume shows. You know what I'm saying? But look, people are questioning if Inoue is going to come into this fight fair, clean, not on juice. And the reason why people are suspecting him of being on juice is because of certain things that he did, like complain about drug testing and then postpone the fight to an injury, stuff like that in boxing. This is not a clean sport for real. So stuff like that are usually signs of somebody taking a performance enhancing drug. And that's why people are, questioning this man, saying like, yo, what's up with this shit? Anyways, I ain't saying that he is a drug cheat because there ain't no positive result. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying nothing like that. But I do find it very, very suspicious. I do find it very, very suspicious. And those who try to say, oh, it's not suspicious at all, y'all on some bullshit. Y'all on some straight bullshit. And we can see right through that shit. Like, come on, bro. I get you like Inoue and all that, but you got to call a spade, my nigga. You can't be out here saying, oh, there's no way. There's no way. That shit's suspicious. Like, nigga, like, but the fans, they're really upset with one guy in particular. This white guy from Fight Hub. I don't know his name, but he looked like Ashton Kutcher. And I'm gonna pull up that clip eventually here to show people, show you guys what we're talking about here. But yeah, shit's funny though. I like Inoue, but that shit is hella suspicious, my guy. Hold on, let me send this link out. Let everybody know we on this motherfucker live. Okay. But anyways, up in here, D Hive, what's going on, brother man?
Yo.
Yeah, man. You been seeing the stuff going on with Inoue Fulton?
I have. And I recall once again that you and I were the first people to kind of sound the alarm on him being uncomfortable with drug testing. And everyone told us to shut up. We don't know what we're talking about. But some other person does it. And suddenly it's something that we all need to pay attention to. I just find it.
You notice that? Because somebody's like, some dude was arguing with me saying, oh, all this shit is just brand new before the fight. Y'all scared. I'm like, brand new? Niggas was talking about this months ago when he made the comment.
And by niggas, it was you and me. Everyone else is like,
Exactly.
oh, we should let it go. We shouldn't worry about it. It's not a big deal. But then someone else who's a journalist, I believe, goes over there and has direct interaction with him, and he's thrown off by it too. It's like, okay, so it's not just us. Now, I like, we both
But
have,
yeah, when a white man says it, it sounds different to him.
I suppose, and we have our our individual in the armed services who happens to be over in Japan, and he was trying to reassure us, talking about how they appreciate warrior culture and how they're fair people, and I don't doubt him. However, this is an American champion, and he's not your regular American, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So all bets are off on that shit. It smell fishy from the get go, and also, can we keep it honest? Every time there's someone who goes up more than 5 weight classes, like a lot of the time there's allegations, and I feel like there's something to that, especially if they're coming up from the little weights.
How many weight classes has this guy going up?
He said, I believe he said 5. He's coming up from. Let me see. I think he's coming up from light fly.
And I don't even know what the fuck them weight classes are. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. Folks gonna come at me and say, "Oh man, you don't really know too much about a Nui to say this and that." But nigga, I know much about the sport that if a motherfucker is complaining about the drug testing and the fight gets postponed, to look at that motherfucker a whole different way. I know that for damn sure.
Because you know who else is complaining about drug testing? Pacquiao. And we all know what folks say about him. So, I'm
But
just
that's
saying.
that's you just being anti-Asian saying that. D Hive. That's what card they gonna try to pull on.
Yeah, but this is Inoue's 5th weight class. He's coming up from light fly, like I said. So he's coming up from light flyweight, which is 108. And he's coming up to super bantam, which is 122. So yeah, this is 5th weight class.
His 5th weight class.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all not even questioning if the power gonna go up there. He just that good, huh, D Hive?
I suppose, but I always thought it was due to diet over there in those Asian countries, while they could suck down to those tiny little sperm weight classes and then move up so much because they were draining themselves. And it's because most people know that it benefits you to drain yourself, especially if your division isn't really that competitive.
Is Inoue like a one-of-one type of fighter? Because I don't really see too many Japanese fighters, with like crazy power and the abilities that he got.
I mean, I suspect mostly it's because, like I said, he's not as small as everyone says. A lot of the time, he's the bigger dude in the ring, so that has something to do with it. And also, it's easy. It's very easy to look spectacular when you're dealing with people like a Paul Butler or a Maloney or whatever. Yes, I understand some of his people have gone on to be world champions, but that's fine. That's cool. Like Taguchi. Rauchi Taguchi, the time, oh, he went on to be champion. Okay, that's great. That doesn't take away from the facts that, against who, with all due respect, those divisions are not incredibly competitive. And people say, oh, you just don't like them because of the sperm weights. I'm like, bro, cruiserweight isn't competitive right now. Like,
And
what the
that's
fuck
why
are you talking?
I be getting on my dude Blood's box, and I be like, man, like nigga, you talking about cruiserweight? Like, I don't even know nobody over there.
Cruiserweight is fucking horrible. Middleweight is fucking horrible. So I can't stand when people say, "Oh, you just don't like it because there's no Americans." Bro, Jamal Charlo is the middleweight champion of the world. He's in a horrible ass division. So that argument, none of those arguments work. Oh, you just don't know it. The little weight classes. There's no Americans. There's no black people. I'm like, no, there's multiple black people in middleweight and cruiserweight. Both divisions is ass. They ass. And shit cracking in either one of them.
Nigga, what you think about? Matter of fact, hold on. I want the people to hear that real quick. I want for exactly what that white dude said. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, because my fucking Bluetooth just connected. Hold on. Yeah. And that white dude from Fight Hype, man, they going at it, man. They trying to kill that nigga for saying the shit he said.
And it's hilarious because usually they don't mind him.
I know.
But
I
he
know.
he spoke out against someone a beloved fighter, so now they have an issue.
Man, he spoke out, and next thing you know, they pulling up. Of course, a white man doesn't like a minority. Like, what the fuck?
Nah, that's stupid.
Bro, when I seen them pull that shit out, talk about a white man and minority and all that shit, I'm like, nigga, I know you niggas is not the same motherfuckers who's talk about don't mention race. I know you motherfuckers is not talking about anything.
Right. Those two groups get along very well. So I
Man,
don't know.
man,
Yeah.
come on, bro. I didn't even have to give niggas no civil fucking
They
lessons, nigga. Y'all know damn well what the fuck's going on with
they
them.
just band together to get rid of affirmative action. What is you like? What is y'all talking about?
What are we talking about here?
Was bitching and complaining about getting random tested. And inoue is an arrogant man from what I've dealt with him. My brief, I got to interview him here in the States. I'm a big fan of him as a fighter. But he is a little arrogant and he is a little bit used to having his way and having his ass kissed and treated like a king at home in Japan. Was bitching and complaining about getting random tested. And inoue is an arrogant man from what I've dealt with him. My brief, I got to interview him here in the States. I'm a big fan of him as a fighter. But he is a little arrogant and he is a little bit used to having his way and having his ass kissed and treated like a king at home in Japan. So he showed that entitlement when Bada was like, yeah, it's random. What the fuck do you think is the point of us testing you? Of course it's random. And he bitched about it, and then the fight got moved to a later date. So that is suspect. Yeah, this is at the top levels of professional sport. Nothing surprises me in that.
And my thing,
for saying that.
And my biggest thing is people said, oh, Inoue was concerned about the amount of blood that was being removed. Okay, that's understandable. But why the fuck did the fight date get moved?
Oh, because he got injured. Very convenient.
Oh, it's the same as Castano in the magical bicep, huh? Castano in the magical bicep, huh? Did we ever receive medical records for that shit?
No, only niggas like Errol Spence got to provide that type of shit.
I mean, I know he still got his asshole, which I always thought he was, steroids or not, but like we never really got any medical records or clarification for that, and we haven't seen that nigga since. He got paid, and now he fucking back in Argentina doing God knows what, or where the fuck he's from.
I've seen that motherfucker since, man.
Right. So I don't care if you have some sort of special emotional connection to Inoue. We're gonna hold him to the same standards we hold everybody else to. So yeah, if that hurts your feelings, I don't give a shit. And especially when we got the American champion going abroad for whatever the fuck reason. Fulton came in this thing the complete B-side, which was insane to me. But it's because Inoue is more popular over there than Fulton is in the United States. So they, for some reason, got, to negotiate the deal of all deals. But this shit is just wild to me. How we're not even allowed to ask any fucking questions. Like, and then it's funny because we got more Americans defending Inoue than the fucking Japanese fans, which I'll never understand.
I only see one of the Japanese motherfucking Twitter tweets, towards me, replies in their language. That's the only one I seen today. Just one.
Right.
The rest of the motherfuckers is speaking clear English. And I know these niggas live in America talking that bullshit, talking about how dare you? Nigga, that shit is suspicious. Like, bro.
Yeah, because Japan has very few world level, like, as far as boxing is concerned, this might be like the first serious boxer that they've had with legitimate international appeal, like, ever. I literally can't recall another one.
Man, all I know is I've been hearing a lot of stuff from about Inoue. Hold on 1 second. Give me a second.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind Inoue. I really don't. But, we gotta keep shit real here. We understand that this is boxing. There's a lot of money on the line. And also we have to take into account what Inoue stands to gain. Inoue stands to gain a significant amount moving forward in this fight because he's facing an American and he's facing an undefeated African American, and everybody knows, like I keep saying, if you're a foreigner and you want to establish a very fast American fan base, clip a nigga. Easiest way to do it. Every major foreign fighter that's ever been a draw since the 1980s, they've gotten that drawing power by smoking some black dude in the United States. So there's going to be a lot on the line here, and especially like I said, we got the American champion going to the contenders homeland for whatever reason. So we have to approach this fight with some scrutiny. It's the same as Bud fans bitching about the fight potentially being in Dallas. I mean, they said that Spence was born in New York, which is technically true, but he claims Dallas as his home. So yeah, we gotta approach this fight with some scrutiny. I don't understand why motherfuckers are so uncomfortable with people asking fucking questions. Like, we're not allowed to ask any fucking questions. What the fuck? You know, but it is going to be interesting, this being Inoue's fifth weight class. And also the reason why when it comes to the lower weights, I feel what I feel is because a lot of them are not separated by a lot of poundage. They're really not. Like, I mean, flyweight and super flyweight is literally 3 pounds of difference. And the same between super flyweight and bantam. It's 3 fucking pounds. It's 3 fucking pounds of difference. It's not like the difference between 140 and welterweight where it's almost 10 pounds difference. It's like the jumps get bigger as you get higher up in weight, which is why there are significant differences in performance. Even from even super bantam to featherweight is 4, and then it starts being 4. Like, the jumps get bigger. So around these little weight classes where it's separated by 2 and 3 pounds, like, come on, bro. Like, it's
Man,
literally a fucking pound.
they be trying to school me beehive in the motherfucking on Twitter talking about some man, you don't know shit about this guy from this small weight class, this and that. I'll be like, man, I don't give a fuck. I don't know him. But the only person I do know now is a Inoue, and this is his shot to prove to the world that small weights matter, huh?
But let's be honest. When it comes to those sperm weight classes, most people in those countries don't know who the fuck those people are. If you go to Nicaragua right now, I guarantee you, fucking Chocolatito is not going to be some national fucking hero. Like, they're not gonna have posters of him. They're not gonna have his fucking fights in some mega stadium. No, they're too busy worrying about other shit. So yeah, they can complain about that because they went on BoxRec and looked up who knocked out who at 98 pounds, but nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a shit. And if we're being honest, Fulton is the reason why these little weight classes are getting the attention they're getting.
It is. And I feel like Fulton is the reason why this fight is really doing big as well. It's because he's fighting against a Black American champion. It's always special when you see somebody from a different race, different culture, their top guys fight our top guys. It's like, I honestly feel like they judge their fighters based on their abilities to beat, Black fighters.
It's true. Real. That's why that's the first thing Inoue's team brought up. The moment the Fulton fight was even discussed, the first thing they brought up is like, well, we've never fought or sparred any African Americans. It's like, okay, so if that's not the goal here, why even bring that up? Like, nobody from America brought that up. Inoue's people brought that up.
Yeah, nigga, that's like me. I would ask a question like that. But no, that wasn't me interviewing Inoue. He just flat out said that shit.
Yeah, he offered that information up and nobody asked. They were like, nigga, nobody asked about the race of people you fought. Like, nobody asked that.
Did you see his new note that he put out, his little manifesto? Whatever the fuck that was. That he tweeted, I think it was last night, but I just seen it this morning. Inoue has like this fucking, here it is. This long ass fucking paragraphs.
Right.
He expressed the following. Let me just summarize this shit real quick. Hold on.
Is that on Twitter?
Yeah.
Let me see. Oh yeah, I think I read this. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like he's writing his game plan on like what he's gonna do, and he's never fought. He's never seen Fulton's fights. Do you believe that shit?
No, I don't
This
believe
nigga ain't never watched no motherfucking Fulton fight and you only seen a highlight. Nigga, please, bro.
That's bullshit.
Everybody has YouTube. Once you watch one boxing fight on YouTube, nigga, your whole suggested videos turn into fucking boxing, bro.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Stop it. You didn't just type in Fulton highlights and did not watch a fucking full fight while you preparing to fight him. Do you think we fucking stupid, nigga?
Yeah, I don't believe that at all. He just wants more credit for seeming like a super cerebral fighter if he gets the W. Like, bro, stop it. We know you've been watching.
Good. I'm just so good. I can go in there and fight him and adapt to his style, just like that.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
because
like,
I'm a Nui and I'm from Japan and we studied and all that shit, nigga. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit, man. Let's be real, dude. Nigga, you better you're banking on that shit that you might be taking, nigga. You're banking on that shit, man.
but the thing
You're
is,
trying to get a knockout. So
the
let's
thing
see.
the thing is, in this manifesto, all he says is shit that we also say. Like, none of this shit is new information. Talking about how Fulton is more boxer than puncher, and how he prioritizes winning the fight based on round. Like, nigga, that's obvious. That you're not saying anything groundbreaking. That's what the fuck we say.
And that's what I'm like. I'm thinking to myself, like, what is this? Who does this?
And he said it, and he said it multiple times. He's like, Fulton aims to secure victory through point accumulation across 12 rounds. Like, he says that multiple times in this fucking thing, and I'm like, okay, nigga, so that's what boxing is.
It's like he's saying he's afraid that he might get outpointed.
And that's why I said Fulton needs to go over there and stink it up. He needs to put on a fight so fucking boring that they never want his ass back in Japan ever again, and we can stop talking about this motherfucker.
They better not rob Fulton.
I'm talking about, oh, I know he wants to secure victory through point accumulation. So what? Your fat ass needs to move and cut the ring off then. You run your fucking mouth, you run your fingers, move your feet. Can't stand when dudes do that. Oh, he just wants to accumulate 12 rounds. So you're the fucking monster. It's up to you to make the fight entertaining.
Talking about the fucking monster, nigga. That's what Godzilla will do, nigga. He'll make the fucking shit smaller, nigga.
Right. And the ring is probably already going to be small.
Niggas be 3 fucking football field lengths, nigga, from Godzilla. That nigga still fucking catch up to that shit. Still catch up to them niggas, nigga. You calling yourself the monster. Let's see what's up with that, man. Let's make it happen, man.
And keep in mind, despite most of the odds stacked against Fulton, he hasn't complained once. He hasn't complained about money. He hasn't complained about getting disrespected in negotiations. He hasn't complained about the shady tactics. He hasn't complained about the ring size. He hasn't complained once.
And I like that from Fulton.
There's serious confidence. So I'm happy about that. He hasn't complained or worried about anything. He's just completely focused.
One thing I like though, Fulton, his team, I ain't gonna lie, they're looking and sounding more official than Deontay Wilder's team when it comes to like how they're handling the accusations, or handling the news of their opponent possibly juicing. I feel like Inoue in their side, basically they know what's going on and they know they got to be 10 toes down and they got to be cautious.
Yeah, Inoue's team is putting out different disclaimers every fucking 10 minutes, releasing paragraphs and running PR. Fulton's team is just sitting back quiet like, yeah, all right. We hope it helps, nigga.
I spoke to a couple folks who know, Cool Boy, and they said they prepared, bro.
Especially because Cool Boy spends a lot of time in Bosie's gym with Boots. So I'm confident that, they've been training specifically.
Nonito Dondier's wife, she says she sent them a couple messages about the gloves, how they doing the glove selections out there, and, be careful when it comes to that shit. Motherfuckers got to really. And she said something, man. I was listening to a stream, the brother YSM. I was listening to his show, and Dondier's wife was on there. I'm going to play that clip too. But his wife was on there, and she said something to the effect that you got to have that asshole in your team that's going to say something when it comes to glove selection, hand wrapping. It doesn't matter if you offend somebody. You have to have that person that says, nah, fuck that. Them gloves are shady as fuck. You can't fight with them damn gloves.
You got to have somebody willing to blow the fight up. Like Mayweather. Mayweather was the asshole. He was like, nah, we ain't fighting if this is not that. They were like, all right, shit, fuck, fine. So yeah, you gotta have somebody on the team.
You don't have no more in boxing. You know what I'm saying?
We got
Besides, I know. Canelo, I mean, but Canelo, he let shit slide like the Billy Joe Saunders.
Nah, because Triple G
let that shit slide.
No, because Triple G rejected Canelo's gloves, and Triple G was the fucking B side. Triple G said, "Wait, what? You manufacturing your own gloves, and you think you finna? Nah, get up out of here, bro. Nah, we not about to do all that." But people don't remember these things.
Glove manufacturer, nigga.
People don't remember these things because they're so focused on shitting on Wilder. But no, before Wilder was even thought of, because there were Canelo's no boxing, no life gloves. Keep in mind, Canelo's the only professional boxer that wears his own manufactured gloves. Let's just keep that in mind. But Triple G was the B side, and he was like, "Wait, what? No, I'm not about to let you use them shits on me. You slap on some winning gloves, goddamn it, and then we can go." So that's
So
what
you can
that's
say
what
fucking horsehair in Mexico is tainted to put in these fucking gloves, nigga. I ain't trying to hear that shit.
that's what Triple G said. Triple G said, "You're not about to use them shits on me." Now, of course, he didn't have no say in the third fight.
I also remember Triple G's team saying this nigga Canelo be stacking his fucking hand wraps.
And that's the same thing people have said about Inoue. So it's like, is everybody just lying? Everybody just lying?
Yeah, you know what I hate the most from these dudes on boxing Twitter and the platforms and all that shit? They come in and they try to act like they're just like so clean. They come in, like for example, when folks bring up this situation, how suspect it is about Inoue pushing the glove, the date back, folks are just like, "Come on now, bro. You guys are just making excuses, man. It's not like that." Like, it's just the thought of something like that can be so untrue. I hate that ignorance, but I know it's not ignorance because they know this shit goes down. They know some cheating shit happens in boxing, but they like to play along like everything's on the up and up.
Yeah.
I hate that shit the most.
And then they try to make it seem like we're biased, but we called out Terrence Crawford when both his gloves exploded in his last fight. And what did they do? They told us to shut the fuck up again. So it's like, okay, we try to keep it 100, we try to keep it unbiased, and then you still talk shit. Do y'all just love cheating? Do y'all love cheating in boxing? Like, is that what it is?
Because you know what it is? They look at it as it like, sometimes I honestly believe, and folks might say, "Oh, Art Man, you're crazy," or whatever. But I honestly feel like they look at black fighters and say, "Well, you niggas got these fucking God-given natural abilities to be extra fast and naturally strong and get motherfucking been having six packs since you were fucking 5 years old," that type of shit. And say, us doing a little extra shit is just really making the fight even.
And that's exactly what people said about Wilder. They said that his right hand is such a cheat code. Other fighters should get to take steroids. I was like, what the fuck is that?
Exactly.
I was like,
you remember one of the most vocal, person on that side of town, saying, Mr. Mighty, that kid. He said he prefers drug cheating in boxing.
and you know what's hilarious? If that happened, all of his little dreams would be crushed because the moment we actually hop on some shit, it would be over. Imagine
we'll be looking like the motherfucking monsters from Space Jam, nigga. What the fuck you talking about? Like,
exactly.
what?
That's how you know he just talks out of his ass because his worst nightmares would come to pass. Like none of his heroes would ever win fucking fights. Like imagine Stephen Fulton with max durability and power. Like you'd be up out of here. Like it would make no sense. Imagine Jaron Ennis on fucking drugs.
On drugs.
He would be ridiculous.
Motherfucking Tony Harrison on drugs too.
Right. It's like so
niggas would just be getting outboxed all 12 rounds, nigga.
Yeah,
niggas will want, then they'll be crying they want 15 rounders again because niggas are just gonna get outboxed and niggas not gonna get tired.
No, they would have limits on the drug use based on like muscle composition or some shit that specifically targets us. So it's like that shit doesn't make any sense. If you're already struggling to beat us now, if you put us on drugs on the same scale, the disadvantages are only going to get worse. Like that's just stupid thinking. That's why you don't listen to people who have no life experience.
What's going on, brother? Blunt's Boxing.
What's going on, y'all? What's going on?
Man, we just chopping it up about your dog, Inoue, man. That video from Fight Hype got people really upset. I'm about to play that shit real quick.
Also, real quick, which fight was Rachel Donaire talking about? Was she talking about the first or the second? Because the first fight, they both wore the same gloves. So she was talking about the second fight?
I think it was the I don't know. I'm gonna play that clip too, but I think that video was a couple months ago. She said that something to the fact that that They told him that they had to wear the same gloves, the same winning gloves.
Oh, okay. So that's what the issue was. All right.
And then she also said
What's
that
up, Eli?
when she got her when they was presenting his gloves, the shit wasn't even sealed.
Right. Okay. So that's why they both wore the same gloves in the first fight. Okay.
But yeah, hold on. Yeah. Let me play. But what you thinking, Blood Sparks? You think that nigga? You think he a suspect? I ain't saying he a cheater, but you think he a suspect? Though?
I mean, I don't know. I know they made the little clip of Sean's tail more than what it was. They made it seem like the man put the jacket on his back, but
They did, didn't they?
they just crucified that man for saying it looked suspect. Like if what was said is what was said, looks suspect. It is what it is. But I mean, I'm not sure, man. You know, it's a wild business, and I won't put nothing past nobody, bro. Like it just the injury thing was always interesting. You know what I
What was
mean?
injured?
Dude, remember we was talking about it with some dude yesterday. He sent some type of hand injury or something, and I was just to push it back. What, a couple weeks? How long was it pushed back?
The fight was supposed to be in May, wasn't it?
I'm not sure. I
I feel
forgot.
like a new photo. It was supposed to be in May. It was scheduled for like May something or April.
Yeah, I don't know, but like I mean, you can't put none of these boys, especially when they
I
got
mean,
power and money like that. Like, you know, he is who he is over there as far as just star money and all that other shit. Like, so man, ain't no telling.
I don't put it past them because like
Initially, it was May 7th.
Di, I ain't gonna lie,
Okay.
you educated me today because I didn't know that that this nigga was jumping up 5 weight classes.
Yeah.
This is 5th weight class.
Yeah.
And then they was talking about going up to fight Tank or some crazy shit. Damn,
Which
boy, it's crazy.
it's like clearly this confidence is coming from somewhere, people. It's like look at
Right.
Canelo. Canelo was talking about fighting Usyk. Yeah, I don't think that's suspect. People talking about, oh, well, Charlo's naturally larger. I'm like, okay, if what you're saying is true, that means that Canelo is unnaturally bigger than Charlo then. Because why is he talking about Usyk?
Facts.
He was just playing.
Right. Talking about, oh, we could do it at a catch with, like, bro. And I don't know what their plans are for Tank because it really don't matter what weight they fight, and even a weight drain 130 Tank will break a Inoue's neck.
Exactly. That's just cap. They just be using motherfuckers' name to get clicks. Once they learn how to do that shit, you feel me? Like that's so common now. Just knowing damn well you're not gonna fight somebody, but just throw their name out there so we can react to some old crazy shit.
Yeah, or they're willing to sacrifice Japan's greatest hero since fucking Last Samurai for a massive bag, which I understand everybody got to get paid because Japan don't have that many world-class fighters, but that's just idiotic. That might be Inoue's last fight.
Facts. Oh, I meant to add. You think them boys got paid 30 M's a fight?
Based on the revenue projections I've seen, I'm pretty sure Ryan's 30 million makes a lot of sense, and
Yeah.
Tank I'm sure got more because if we 1.5, if let's say we max it out at 1.5 with the projections times $85, that's 127.5 million. So yeah, there's a lot of money in that pot. Plus the gate was 22.8 million. So that's about 150.3 million. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
That makes a lot. Hey, I'm gonna keep real. I know y'all. That makes it hard at the negotiation table for any of those guys talking to Tank. They gotta put some respect on them numbers, bro. Like that go for everybody. Anybody who coming to the table, they gotta respect that, bro. Like I know there's other little things you can weigh in, but that's a hell of a number,
Man,
bro.
let's speak on it. Let's speak on it because you said something to the effect that Tank's team sent the contract.
That's what they said on the Rising podcast.
I heard that. And you know what's my thoughts on that? Let's fucking see it.
Right.
But we don't say that for all the other contracts though. So let's not do it when we,
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Because Shakur allegedly said he sent Zepeda and Cruz contracts, and we still haven't found no verification of that.
How many contracts have we really seen ever though?
Only in massive fights do we ever have any paperwork actually disclosed. But Shakur,
Yeah.
My thing is with this. I ain't putting it past nobody. Maybe they did send a contract. Maybe they gonna pop out with some shit down the line. Who fucking knows? But
I
I know
think Haney exploring his options because I can see them lowballing him.
because the WBC said so.
well, with Tank, you don't really have a choice but to take the low ball. So I'm not really concerned about the amounts. Even if Tank decides to 90-10 Devin, which wouldn't surprise me, Devin should just take it, whoop his ass, and move on. I say the same
be
thing.
the man.
The only thing I say Devin should not agree on
Is the rehydration
clause, because that is some fuck shit.
Right? You know they're gonna do it.
No, he gonna do it. That's Tank, man. Tank gonna play all the games.
Of course,
fucked up or not, he gonna play the game to the fullest.
Bro, how can y'all respect? I don't understand it. Like,
it's the power in the negotiations, bro. Like he is who he is.
Nah, I don't respect that at all.
But you want to
come on,
like,
no.
Bro.
Because
Devin Haney a big ass dude. That dude can max out. That dude's a big boy. Like he can go past 147 probably later in this day. Like that's a big. You don't give him that advantage.
Okay, you say that, but the only person that's fought at 140 not once but twice is Tank.
He fought at 140 twice. He fought at Mario Barrios. That was it.
No, sir. Anything above 135 is super lightweight, sir.
136.
Yes, sir.
That's 140.
Yes, sir.
Stop it, Di. No,
that's
sir.
Legally, that's 140.
I bet he'll meet him there.
At 140, no, I don't think.
136.
At 136, sure. Hey,
yeah.
Hold on, let me read this comment. My dude Dripper said, "Tank not weight draining Haney. Haney ain't got no power. That worries Tank. Ryan did."
Right, but Ryan lacks something that's incredibly important in boxing. It's called skill set. If you can't actually apply your power, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? And you know what? Let me just say this.
Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
You know what I think it is? I feel like Tank knows if he goes in there with Devin Haney, if he come in there big, he might be able to just jab his head off and then fucking clinch his ass the whole fucking fight.
The primary reason why I have an issue with Tank and his
that's
fans,
how you piss Tank off.
The primary reason I have an issue with Tank and his fans when it comes to the Devin Haney fight is because every single solitary reason they said that the Haney fight cannot take place all of these years were debunked with the Ryan fight. Literally, Ryan had worse conditions because he wasn't a free agent. He was actually signed to someone. He was talking about a tune-up, in fact, and they gave him 50-50. They gave him everything. Keep in mind, when y'all talk about how much of a draw Ryan is, compare Ryan's biggest event to Devin Haney's biggest event prior to Ryan's Tank fight, and the numbers will shock you. So that's all I'm going to say about that.
And I do feel like even both on their own, everybody don't do great numbers, but when you put the right fight together, that's why we got them numbers.
Let's talk about the actual fight though. Haney, Gervonta Davis, because a lot of folks are saying like, okay, we seen Gervonta Davis knock out Ryan Garcia and all these other guys, Hector and all that. He didn't knock out Cruz, but he knocked out everybody else.
His hand was fucked up, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and then they say, well, Haney, he can't punch. He don't got a chin.
He's susceptible to southpaws, bro, but go ahead.
My thing is, if that is all true, why would a rehydration clause be something that will be brought up in the contract?
Why would I give you any advantage, though?
But why are we concerned about his size if he can't punch and has no chin?
But why would I give you any advantage though? Like that's just real talk.
Two things can't be the truth in this situation because I feel like somebody's lying. Either somebody is scared that Devin Haney might be big on fight night and he can clinch and box his way out of getting caught with Tank's crazy fucking left hands. You never know.
Like, basically, it's weird because they're saying that as the fight is, Devin Haney has absolutely no advantages against Tank, and then they're saying we need to take away advantages. What advantages are we taking away?
Man, y'all acting like a weight isn't an advantage. A weight don't give him no advantage. Like,
Barrios is bigger than Devin Haney.
Man, he weight drained Barrios ass. That's why this next fight went straight to 47. Like that. Tank picked the right person for that. Like they are very meticulous over there. They know what the fuck they was doing, but they ain't finna fight no Gary Antoine Russell right there. Like at no 140. Like You know, that was just smart. But you see, he haven't fought at 146, bro. And that wasn't 1 pound. If you want to say that, I guess, be technical. But you don't give that boy no advantage. Like, no weight advantage, no nothing advantage. On the A side, I have everything that you, outside the belt, I got everything that you want. Come get it.
I want y'all
And
to
take
pay
these
it.
terms.
I want everyone listening to pay attention to what he just said because that's very important. Those last few sentences were incredibly important when you're assessing Tank's career in context.
The fact that they want to.
What are you saying, D? Hold on, let him finish what he's saying.
I said what you said was very important. You said that they're incredibly meticulous and they don't select people by accident. That's important.
Canelo team too. Like, when you in that position, you can do that.
Do you know how much I shit on Canelo? I know Canelo does the same thing, and that's the stuff I be talking about. A lot of people like to make.
But y'all can't act like.
Crazy. You know what's so crazy, y'all? Folks hate Devin so much that if this contract is true, watch it have the most craziest stipulations, and niggas gonna say, "Well, you see, Haney, you can't be running around offering niggas 25% and then turn around and say you don't want a rehydration clause in the fucking 8% or some wild number or some shit like that." You know?
And it's funny because the deal that Tank would offer Devin is going to be probably 2 times worse than the deal Haney offers Shakur. And keep in mind, I'm not making that up.
There's a bigger number at stake, though.
I'm not making that up because Shakur admitted that the contract got sent. So I'm not making that up. Shakur's the one that fucked up and accidentally admitted the shit. So, you know, without him tweeting, we would have never known. He would have lied and said Devin Haney never sent me anything while the contract been sitting on his desk for 2 fucking weeks.
Really think about it. Gervonta versus Devin Haney for all the belts. No rehydration clause. Devin Haney accepts, what, 15%?
More like fucking 8%, probably.
Yeah,
I don't think he'd do him that greasy. I don't think Bill going for that. I can't see them taking
man.
Yikes.
Man.
Now, 80-20, I can see.
Accept the rehydration clause.
Ryan wasn't treated as the B-side. We got a 50-50 split for the most part. On the purse split, he was the B side, but for the rest of it, he got it right down the middle.
How do y'all see that shit out though? Like, if they was to fight like next type shit, do you think Tank will be rusty because he did his little bid?
He did fucking what, 65 days?
Yeah, that's fucking bid. He got a rest.
and when you talk to these niggas on Twitter, they be like, Tank need to chill, you know?
Like he did a hard time or something.
He was in county. Like, what are we talking about?
And if you get your sparring on, like Floyd said, when Spence touched him up after he did his little time, you might get touched up a little bit, sparring. But like I say, 3 months is 3 months. You be all right.
Tank didn't even serve the whole 90 days.
I bet you
it didn't even. I was so thinking it didn't seem like 90 actually. No, that's crazy. I was thinking
Tank, fucking around with Richard Hitchens with him, probably like his kitchen or something.
Yeah.
I feel like if they was to fight Tank and Devin Haney, I feel like Tank will be sparring him to get prepared for Devin Haney.
That would be good sparring for him.
Definitely would.
I think he knocked. Man, I know y'all big Haney fans. I think Tank get in there and snipe him.
I got
bad with that left hand.
I gotta see it to believe it.
Great. Can we get it? Because to be honest,
we'll see. Y'all be giving Tank a little shtick like he avoiding Haney or like it just
because we could have had this fight already.
Tank's crazy.
Was it worth more than it is now?
Look,
it's great now.
Tank got going
outside of Ryan Garcia, his last 10 opponents are worth less than Haney. And then the thing is, when you guys say that, first you guys say, "Oh, well, this fight is specifically for the money." Then you say Tank generates revenue with anybody. So what the fuck are we talking about? Like, if he really generates revenue with anybody, then why the fuck does Haney have to be on the back of some weird waiting list because of earnings? Like, what are we doing?
I don't make that argument because of earnings.
I'm gonna keep it 1,000. I honestly feel like Showtime, ESPN, not ESPN, but Espinoza, they got something against Devin Haney because I feel like they know they have a sure thing going on with Gervonta Davis and Devin Haney. Even though a lot of people talk shit on Twitter and all that shit, they know that's still a legitimate threat to their cash cow.
And Devin Haney,
a legitimate threat to their cash cow.
And Devin Haney is not, he's now accustomed to going behind enemy lines and upsetting the apple cart. They know that whatever garbage deal that they give him, he'll probably be like, all right, fine. And then, get in there. And they're not used to people.
It's like this nigga's like a fucking, what they say, I don't even know how to describe it, but he's going to other networks, getting their money, beating their fighters, going to another network, getting their money, beating their fighters. Like, I think Espinoza, as a businessman, I'm pretty sure he's thinking like, maybe I don't want that to happen to me.
But a L to Devin Haney doesn't diminish Tank's star power. It really doesn't. All it does is boost Haney's.
It doesn't. But still, the fact that this guy's gonna go in there and beat my cash cow. But what if he doesn't want to? What if he doesn't want to sign with me, and he just leaves? Like,
shit. If I'm Devin Haney, and I whooped on and I beat Tank, I would take a long vacation. I'm talking like 4 bums in a row to get back some of this money I've been fucked off for the last 2-3 years, having to deal with all these bum ass deals and all these people trying to fucking screw me. Like, for real, like these dudes have been taking whole careers of ass. I would take at least 4 bum fights back to back to back just to get my bread back up.
They consider Regis the bum fight.
Right. All of a sudden, Regis is fucking nobody. Just 2 weeks ago, he sleeps Devin Haney. Fast forward to today, he's trash. Like,
I know. I got the receipts too. That's the crazy thing.
I would go on a little Tank run and fight some unknown Mexican people, like just random ass people, like Mark Castro and all types of random ass niggas.
Oh my God, yeah, it's real.
You see, I knew my brother Blunt's boxing was gonna come back.
Y'all some real Haney fans, my boy. I respect it though, but after y'all act like Haney out here dominating mugs back to back like some elite, super elite guy. You want to pick Progress after a rough fight? You got Tio out here, you got Tank out here, you got Shakur, but Progress is the weaker of the 4.
Bro, he offers Shakur a fight. He offered Shakur a fight first.
He offer him peanuts. That's just like when they say Canelo offered. Well, I don't know if this was ever true, but what I'm saying, you offer a man peanut. You piss on my head and call it rain. Like he just supposed to take 25% because y'all say he's gonna take 25%.
Who the fuck is Shakur Stevenson?
I always say Shakur should build his profile. I always say that though. I always say he could build his profile more. Yeah, I say that too. But
other fighters laughing at Shakur. Frank Martin, like, nigga, what?
You're not gonna offer Progress 25%.
The fuck? Why not?
I bet he won't.
Progress last 2 purses have been $1 million flat.
And don't watch. I bet he don't offer him 25%. Because that's like pricing yourself out, damn near in reversal. Like, give you such a low number, I know you're gonna turn down. You know what I mean? Like
that didn't stop Devin Haney from taking his fights.
Is Devin gonna be writing the motherfucking checks?
Because Eddie Hearn is the one allegedly that brokered that fight, so we don't know what the contract stipulates.
Yeah, I don't know what the contract.
He said Tank fans be capped.
What is the cap? Because I act like a weight advantage is not an advantage. Like he's not asking for a disadvantage. He's asking to fight at one. I don't even know what. How about this? We don't know yet. But as far as what we know, is the fight will be at 135. How is that trying to take all the advantages? Like what you want to go for 140 for that?
That's what you said.
I'm replying to this, bro. What did I say? That he should just fight.
You said that Tank wants to remove every possible advantage. That's what you said.
No, I said he doesn't want to give him any advantage, like a weight advantage. And y'all act like, because he said he doesn't have power, it's still an advantage, bro. Like that's still a weight advantage. You give him no advantages.
What's the advantage though?
Weight.
What's weight? What
doesn't that slow Haney down?
Regardless, I don't give him any advantage. Why do you give him? Why don't we fight at 135? Ain't that where your belt's at? Why are we talking at 140?
But why does the team that doesn't give a shit about belts suddenly care about belts?
He said he had a hit list, bro. He said Devin Haney was on his hit list. So let's not act like Tank don't want the smoke, bro, or he's trying to avoid it, bro. Like, if it's at
what does that have to do with belts? You could fight Devin Haney at any weight.
Why does he have to? I control this, not Haney. No, he can. He's making that type of paper. Like, what do you mean?
And it always goes back to money.
But I'm saying, why do I have to move? Why?
1 second, y'all. How we just gonna jump over that? How is Devin Haney's weight an advantage in a fight against Gervonta Davis? When Gervonta Davis is his power puncher, are we saying that Devin Haney's weight is going to be some type of like a shield that's going to protect him from Javante Davis punches, are you saying that he's going to weigh him down like clinching? How's it an advantage? I want to know that.
Being the bigger and taller man, he can weigh him down. He can clinch like he did Lomachenko several times after claiming he was dirty. You know what I mean? Like, you don't give anybody a weight advantage when you don't have to. Like, that don't even make sense for y'all to even promote this.
Why did he give Ryan a weight advantage?
A 1 pound weight advantage? Like,
why did he give it to him?
Bruh, 1 pound, because they make you see what they generated. That was worth the
that
don't
money.
You think so?
That money would have been generated at any weight class. Why did he give Ryan the weight advantage?
136, bro.
Why did he give it to him?
Hey, if it's that deep over 1 pound, you can have that. But 140 is a whole different weight class. I don't know why. You can ask him. I'm telling you, 136 is not an advantage. Like
Ryan is a bigger, stronger, heavier puncher. Why exactly did he give Ryan the weight advantage?
Why did Ryan cry about it?
Why? Don't answer a question with another question. Why did he give Ryan the weight advantage?
You asking me a question that I can't answer because I'm not him. So
you can't
don't ask a question that a person who wasn't in the contract can't answer. So answer mine. Like, fuck out of here.
I'm gonna just cut it. I'm gonna cut it short. That sounds like fear.
Right.
That's y'all turning the words into fear. There's been nothing shown from Tank that shows fear. Y'all making up narratives, bro. There's nothing has shown fear.
Okay.
We don't even know what the contract is yet.
That a fake narrative, though.
I personally don't believe a contract has been sent, but that's just me.
That's what I'm saying. So all of this is just speculation and opinion and narrative, just what you think. But he don't even believe the contract was sent. I don't know what's in the contract.
But one thing that's a fact is that he gave Ryan a weight advantage.
Hold on. Based off history, he put a rehydration clause in the fight. Seeing that Devin Haney is big, is he bigger than Ryan? I don't know.
Yeah, he is bigger than Ryan a little bit, but not too much.
I feel like he's gonna
not
put
current Ryan. Clause on it. Current Ryan, big as shit.
And I feel like that's not fair if they put that a rehydration clause, and that's a sign of weakness.
I don't think that's even on the table yet to know. But go ahead.
Look, I'm going to say something real fast. Look, Trent didn't send no contract yet, y'all. Stop. So let's not even go there. I've already found that out like yesterday. No contract was ever sent yet.
Yeah, it didn't make sense, especially from those dudes from the Rise podcast who are Tank's personal fucking employees.
Well, it was his coach who said it. It wasn't the Rise podcast dude. It was one of the coaches who said it.
Another Tank employee.
So let me ask you guys a question. If Tank fights Cruz next, would you guys be disappointed?
Of course not.
Hell
yeah.
Hold on.
The fuck? Nobody want to see that shit again.
Me personally, I'd be disappointed, but his fans are not going to be disappointed.
If Javante fights Cruz next, would you guys be disappointed in Javante Davis?
Yes.
I personally would.
Without a doubt. Because why fight Cruz when he clearly won the first fight? Why go back in that again? It's time for, as much as I love Tank, it's time for him to fight an FBA. He got to fight before. He got to fight Devin Haney, Frank Martin. He got to fight somebody. I don't want to see another Cruz, Hernandez, or anything.
I want to see, honestly, y'all, I want to see him versus Frank Martin because that's the easier fight to make because they both on the same side. So
I prefer Tank versus either Haney or Teofimo.
Okay. Maybe Teofimo.
So y'all want him to go up to 140 is what y'all saying.
Not necessarily.
Well, listen,
he has all the power. He can do whatever he wants.
He fought at 140 before.
Don't tell him that,
Tank can do whatever.
Once against a weight drain Barrios, but continue.
Twice.
Once.
Twice.
Hey, let me say something. Mario Barrios started his career at 130.
As a Haney fan,
Mario started his career at 130. He wasn't weight trained.
That's what he said.
Ryan Garcia also started his career at 130.
Disappointed if
Ryan said the same thing, that he was weight trained. So they lied.
As a Tank fan, I would be disappointed if he put a rehydration clause on Devin Haney at 140.
Imagine.
I don't think, honestly, I don't think that he would put a weight restriction on him. I think he would let Devin Haney just make.
He's gonna have it at a hard 135 probably, and no rehydration.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be a rehydration. Because I think that for some reason, Tank is real confident against Devin Haney. Part of it probably is that, Devin Haney is weight training himself to get to 35. But Barrio, to me, wasn't weight trained. He had just moved up to 140. That was like his third fight at 140. How was he weight trained?
That's what he said. His next fight was at 147. He said in an interview that he was weight trained.
No, but if I
And he
was,
started his career at 130, and that was his third fight at 140 against Tank. These guys be lying, man.
yeah, but if
I'm
I
just
was,
being real. These guys be lying.
And that's real too.
Honestly, that sounded like an excuse to me from Barrios. That's just my opinion. I'm gonna be real with y'all.
but the thing is, dudes like Barrios, they're gonna lose to Tank no matter the weight class. I don't even give a fuck what he says. But honestly,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, but honestly, if I'm Tank, for me, it's a hard 135 with no rehydration, so I can dispel the rumors, keep all my advantages, and the belts really don't matter. I think that even if Haney was beltless, he would still have it at a hard 135.
Right.
And I feel like that's a smart move, though. Y'all make it seem like that's not really a good move.
We're not saying it's stupid, but we're saying that we know why he's doing it because both fighters won't be at their full potential. Tank will be at his, Devin Haney won't be at his.
Well, hey,
Man,
I'm gonna tell you something, man.
if it was up to me,
These fighters need to fight their weight class, and
man,
then we won't have.
if it was
Now
up
that's
to me,
real
I would
too.
have,
I agree.
I would have Javante fight Haney next, and have Shakur Stevenson fight Frank Martin.
Yeah,
But,
Shakur can go for a name. I like a Loma too. I like anybody for Shakur because he talking like he top dog at 135.
Loma
Hey, Art, you onto something with that one.
Shakur ain't fighting Loma. Loma's gonna be fighting George Kambosos, Maxie Hughes winner, and
Probably.
it's probably gonna be for a belt.
It's gonna be for the belt. It's gonna be a WBO belt.
Well, is George Kambosos even gonna win his next fight?
Oh yeah, he'll get over on Maxie Hughes.
I don't know, man. He's a 40-year-old guy, man.
He gonna beat him.
Nah, see, Kambosos always struggle with good boxers though.
Yeah,
Y'all classify
like
Maxie
I've
Hughes
never
as a
seen
quality
him
boxer?
be dominant.
He's not a
He up to Max Hughes.
puncher.
I don't know who the fuck is.
I'm just
Maxie
saying he's a more skilled boxer than he is anything else.
I mean, I've looked at Maxie Hughes' wins and losses, and usually hand speed troubles Maxie.
Yeah, I get that.
Kambosos got hand speed.
Hell yeah.
That's like the only thing he has.
I don't know, man. I think
That's why I felt like he beat Teofimo because at the time because of his hand speed.
That's the only thing he has. Everything else he's terrible.
I agree.
That's literally it. It's just his guy's quick ass hands. That's it.
It's just that
he probably loses this fight, man.
It's just that
brother.
Wait,
Hold on, everybody. I want to hear brother's thoughts on this real quick. Oh damn, this nigga he gone. What the fuck? Shit. Never
He was
mind.
driving in the car, so it's probably bad reception.
Yeah. Anyways, fuck. Javante versus Devin Haney. I don't know if that happens next, but it sounds like we might be getting Regis Haney next. But I feel like I don't know. They might go.
It's not happening.
The way the boxing guys been treating us, man, I wouldn't be surprised if they throw a wild card out there and it's Devin Haney versus Javante Davis.
I don't know if Regis is gonna take the bait, but yeah, I feel like Tank and Haney would at 135 would probably be the best option because Haney has shown he's willing to disregard any of his personal, financial, or health situations for the sake of the fans, and that's why I support him. Because that's why I support him, Errol Spence, Jermell Charlo. They're willing to do what's necessary to give us things we ask for, and in the case of Jermell Charlo, they're willing to exceed our expectations. Fighters that only, I'm getting my bag and all that shit. Okay, that's great for you, but I'm personally not benefiting from that. So therefore, I have no incentive to support you. That's how I look at
That's
boxing.
why Charlo has a fucking great chance against Canelo because the motivation is top tier. Nigga. This is like, yeah, I'm up here, I'm undisputed, but nigga, this is like some next level shit jumping up and beating Canelo Alvarez. So
Charlo is over delivering. He's
like,
exceeding
nigga,
fans' expectations.
Gotta be. They looking at me at all time great type shit. Like nigga, what? Fuck these Lamborghinis and shit like that, nigga. They gonna be putting me in the fucking boxing history books as one of the best ever if I jump up. But then they Canelo was washed anyways. But
Hey,
you know,
can I chime in real quick on that?
Yeah.
Hey, one thing I fuck with about Jermell Charlo and that I would take away from Canelo's matchmaking skills are like a B minus. He be jumping in the ring with the wrong motherfucker sometimes, bro. And I think Jamel is one of them people. Like a lot of people be
Ever since he left
overlooking him.
Golden Boy, I feel like his matchmaking been kind of like, eh.
Yeah, like he be
But
daring to be great too much. Like right now, I
whoever
think he's
matchmaked
playing.
him with the Billy Joe Saunders and Callum Smith and Caleb Plant, they did a good job.
Yeah, that was fucking Eddie Hearn. He sacrificed everybody, all he had for Canelo.
And he talking about he ain't make no money off that shit. Nigga, who fault is that?
What
Nah,
makes Jamel so?
he said he made money. The Zone didn't.
The Zone is in the red on Matchrooms for hosting Matchrooms events. Yeah, but what makes Jamel so great is he's the type of fighter that doesn't actually need a matchmaker. He says, okay, line them up and then we're going to get to work. And that's what makes people like Jamel, people like Spence, that's what makes them so great because they don't need any matchmaking.
Inoue was talking about he got a gap and all that shit. That's what Charlo's doing without writing that shit down.
Exactly. He's like, okay, you're gonna put me in front of whoever and let's get this shit done. I don't care. You said it's Canelo, all right. You said it's Tim Tszyu, okay. You said it's Fundora, okay, whatever.
He beat a lot.
But it's also a blessing that he got them. That he got the network, all the fighters too up on his network. That should be hard.
That's very true.
FBA, he beat. I feel like Charlo beat all them styles.
Yeah, no, this Charlo run he's doing right now, male shit is way more legendary than anyway.
Let's talk about it. This nigga Mel really he fought a lot of different styles. He fought the Latino style, the Dominican style, the FBA style, the motherfucking I think he fought a Russian dude before, probably. European style. I don't know, not Russian, probably European. I don't know. But he just went through them all. He went through a lot of them dudes. And we got guys like Canelo who only fights a certain type of fighter, a European tour. So, it's different when you look at Charlo's run.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Charlo did the exact opposite. I think he did not fight any white people.
The last white person he fought was like Vanis Monterosian.
I think he went the other direction. He took the more challenging, you know what I'm saying, route, if you're being honest about it. Because shit, when Hurd had the belts, they said 154 was stacked.
She was at the time. No, it was J-Rock. It was lit.
Yeah, and they got the smoke cleared at 54, and Charlo came out on top.
That's why I hate his brother didn't have the opportunity like that under PBC where all the middleweights was able to kind of play him how they played him for real. Because I think Maul could have went on the run if all the middleweights was under PBC.
If Jamal Charlo had stayed at 154, we wouldn't even know who Mel is because he would have knocked Tony Harrison out the first time. He would have smoked everybody and been in the same situation, which is highly unfortunate. But that's why whenever people try to say 154 is a weak division, I'm like, okay, yeah, watch Tim Tszyu. If Tim Tszyu were to do something stupid like beat Jamel, all of a sudden 154 would be stacked and it'd be ridiculous. Like that's why I don't tolerate that bullshit.
But D-Hop, you know one more thing, bro? About that Tim Tszyu shit I saw you post earlier on Twitter, bro. That motherfucker is not beating Jesus Ramos, and he's not beating Errol Spence. I'm just keeping it real.
Dude, Boots could go up to 154 and knock Tim Tszyu out. Like people acting like he's some kind of right. Like Tim Tszyu ain't shit we haven't seen before.
Garbage. Like people need to really pay attention and watch fights, not watch fucking YouTube clips. Watch the fight. Tim Tszyu is ass. I'm trying to tell people, bro.
Yeah, he just punched real hard. He's a nigga that punched real hard.
A nice punch to him, but that's it, right? I was gonna say the same shit.
Who the fuck is Tim Tszyu? Who the fuck is Tim Tszyu we worried about?
He could punch, but he ain't got no chin.
Yeah, Jamel could fight fucking Canelo, win or lose. Work his ass out to get back down to 154 and still knock Tim Tszyu out. Like, ain't nobody think about Tim Tszyu for real.
He be talking cash shit. He be making me mad. At first, I liked him a little bit. He be talking too much shit. Now, I hope your ass get knocked out now.
Tip said he'll go up to 60 or 68 to fight Mel. He say he still want to fight him.
He's a fucking idiot. He'll go up there.
Bring your big ass up here to 68 or 60, and you gonna get your ass knocked out.
Wouldn't even beat Charles Conwell. Like, bro, I don't give a fuck about Tim Tszyu. Nobody gives a shit.
Like I said, Errol Spence and Jesus Ramos will make easy work of him.
He might not even be Lubin. Lubin has chin issues,
I
and he
would,
might not
I
even beat
was
him.
just gonna fucking say that. Like, can he even beat Lubin?
Right? Like he might not even beat him.
But
Give me Brian
that's a good question.
Mendoza. What? Give me Mendoza real quick. You feel me?
He don't want to see
Yeah, I forgot
Mendoza.
about Mendoza. I forgot about Mendoza. He can't beat him neither. Never mind. Shit, I
Yeah,
forgot about him.
yeah, he
Tim
ain't got to
Zoo,
bring nobody up. Mendoza got him.
Tim Zoo might not even be Sergio Garcia if we're being honest with ourselves. So it's
Like he's
like,
really not that. Bro.
yeah, the best fighter from Australia, in my opinion, is an unknown heavyweight named Justice Hooney. I think that's personally the best fighter from Australia. But outside of that, them niggas need to calm down somewhere. They're not cold like that. Fuck talking about some damn Tim Zoo. Nobody cares.
Yeah,
They only fuck with him because of his pops and shit. His pops is overrated.
Yeah, he stopped Harrison just like the last three people that stopped Harrison. Congratulations. Like, okay, great.
they made it seem like there was a. I hate they gave Harrison that fight against Mel, bro. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause that really make people feel like there was a chink in Mel armor or something. Like, just stop it, man.
Oh
He won
no,
that
because
fight.
in that second fight, he was tagging his ass. I ain't gonna lie.
That jab
That's
was
because Harrison's
educated.
good.
And
Yeah,
Mel do get hit, but he could take a punch.
sure can.
Harrison got boxing
And if he
skills.
get cracked, he know how to stay composed.
That's what I'm scared about in the Canelo fight, bro. I got two fears that he can't take. I ain't gonna say that he can't take the shots. I'm anxious to see if he can take the shots, and then two, I just hope the envelope ain't in the building to lay down and let Canelo be great to these other two fights. You
Blunt,
feel me?
Blunt, Blunt. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I feel the same exact way because that's what happened with Plant. Because Plant took that
Definitely.
brown paper because he was whooping Canelo ass for basically 80% of the fight, and then all of a sudden he gets stopped.
Definitely. I don't give a shit what nobody says.
Plant gas out though.
Can't
We seen him, we seen him gas out in the other fight,
He
his
wasn't
first
even gassed
championship
He
fight.
wasn't even gassed that fight. Drip. He wasn't even gassed that fight. Go back and watch that shit. Plant was
I
fresh.
watched it a couple times. Them hip punches will slow you down. And if you
He was
can't move
fresh.
around the ring like you normally do and you getting touched, that shit will tire you out.
That's my biggest thing though. With
But
Benavidez,
wasn't
he
even
knew
that.
not to stand. He knew not to stand and strike a pose, but he did that with Canelo. And even on the inside, when he was with Canelo, he didn't let his hands go at all. Whereas with Benavidez, he was throwing all types of punches. So I'm gonna go with the brown paper bag situation on that one for sure. Because if even half of the Caleb Plant we saw against Benavidez had showed up with Canelo, he would have at least went the fucking distance. He stood in front of a smaller man, but had the sense to move around in front of Benavidez, even though people assert that Canelo is the superior fighter. Like it didn't make any fucking sense. And how you have the sense to let your hands go with Benavidez, who punches far more often than fucking Canelo, but then you don't do it with Canelo. Like it just none of it added up.
And hits harder.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
just
and I'm scared about that paper bag in the building because you know when Ma on his list, it's already in the contract for me to fight Canelo after my brother. I'm like, oh man, what?
I need Jamal to just stop talking. To be
Yeah,
honest,
it's in the contract if his brother lose. Like he ain't say that part. But
right? I need
if he
Jamal.
beat Canelo is gonna go fight Benavidez and retire. That shit gonna be in Mexico for a lot of money.
You don't think there's going to be a rematch involved, especially if it's close?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Canelo gets outboxed by slick black fighters. Now, Mel ain't just the slickest, but he's been being slick and he punched. If he beat Canelo, it ain't gonna be by a decision. I feel like he gonna stop Canelo, especially if he go to the body and tag Canelo up top. We seen Canelo slow as shit now. Like he ain't the same fighter he used to be. If he get beat by Charlo, he not finna go fight another Charlo, whether it's the same one or the brother. The damn sure ain't gonna fight.
No, he's gonna fight fucking what's his damn
I think
name?
he's gonna
Jose.
fight Shishkin or some fucking body. Like I don't think he's gonna break off Benavidez after some shit like that. Especially if he would get stopped like that. Nah,
he could beat Benavidez though.
He can fight. He's gonna fight Taki. I'm trying to tell y'all if he loses Jamel.
That's what you're saying is true, but I'm saying if he like comes off of a stoppage to Benavidez, like comes off of a stoppage from Mel and then goes to Benavidez, I just psychologically I don't see him making that transition.
Nah, I feel you.
Because if I was his team, I fucking wouldn't. At the very least, if they said they got 3 fights on the contract, I would fight like what Teague says. I would fight some bullshit like Uskatagi or whatever, and then maybe
Rematch.
Benavidez, but probably not.
I don't think he's ever going to want to fight Benavidez. I'm keeping it real with y'all.
I agree. I don't think he's going to fight Benavidez or Andrade or any of them niggas.
Look how
he definitely not fighting Andrade. That nigga too sleep.
Look how much he turned down. Look how much money he turned down just to fucking get in the ring with these dudes.
Like, yeah, he went and fought fucking Bivol and Triple G. Like, what the fuck? Like, nigga, no. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm glad Bivol whooped his ass, but I didn't want to see that shit. I didn't ask for that.
No,
I didn't ask for that fight either because nobody cares about Bivol like it.
Right. I mean, Bivol got other business to handle. That nigga over there talking about I'm gonna fight Better Be. If nigga win when he qualifies for AARP, the fuck is you talking about?
Bro. Yo, D-Hop, I've been involved with that situation since 2018, bro. He do not want to fight Better Be.
Nobody wants to fight him.
Yeah, nobody wants to fight Better Be. If Better Be came over my house, I'd shoot him.
You feel me? Like you don't jump in the ring with him willingly. It's your biggest payday from your network. They're gonna sacrifice the shit out of you, and it's overstood. Like
Caleb Smith,
the only person
Caleb Smith ain't doing shit right now.
Hey, like what if Caleb Smith get over on his ass?
Nah, I think it's gonna be interesting for the first 5 because Caleb Smith has been improving his offense and he's not weight drained. But I still think that Better Be gonna get him up out.
You gotta understand, it's a fear that when you know somebody punch hard, like you know they knock shit out. You got that in the back of your mind fighting. You're not fighting that dude like you fight everybody else.
Yo, I went to the Better Be fight when he fought Gold Slick when he was here in Philly. Bro, I felt those punches in the crowd, bro. Like
that was one of his best performances. He beat the shit out of him.
He made Gold Slick retired.
Well, he back now.
When?
Yeah, Wojcik had a comeback fight.
Oh shit! Oh wow! I've been on for this one, man.
I forgot when it was. Let me look it up right now. But and also one thing we gotta understand is that when Better Be starts losing, he'll cuff you behind the head if he feels like he's losing rounds. He'll figure it out.
Oh yeah, he's a dirty motherfucker.
Yeah, he will start cuffing you behind the ear and behind the head just to get you out of there. But yeah, Gvozdyk came back. He came back this year in February against Josue Obandu, and then he beat up Richard Bolotniks in May of this year. So yeah, he's had 2 fights this year.
Oh shit! I ain't even bro. As much boxing as I watch, I never even do that. That's crazy,
man. The bread. I mean, he's been in Ukraine. I'm pretty sure the bread didn't got low, so he's like, shit. I retired too early. I need to get fucking. I need to get some fucking money.
Yeah. Eddie Hearn talking about some Caleb Smith gonna knock out better be. I'm like, Eddie Hearn just be saying shit, bro.
Saying shit, trying to get Hearn. Bye.
Yeah, so Callum Smith knocks out some Frenchmen, and all of a sudden, motherfuckers geeked up thinking he gonna do something. I said he'll make the shit interesting. I didn't say he would win because Better Be has been knocked down by random dudes before. So I figured he might get a little, maybe a little knocked down. But once Better Be cut the afterburners on, it's just a wrap.
Yo, you know what's funny? You know what's one of Better Be's best performances that nobody's ever gonna talk about when he beat Marcus Brown. Because
I don't talk about it because Marcus Brown makes me sick.
Marcus Brown fucking got away from game plan from there.
I ain't gonna lie, nigga. I still
that power is a motherfucker.
That shit was depressing.
It looked like he killed that nigga up in there.
Marcus Brown had the biggest opportunity to beat Better Be, and he fucked it up, big dumbass, not listening to Derek James. Better Be had both eyes closed with blood in it, and all this motherfucker had to do was keep it pushing, and he quit.
Yo, D-Hop, I'm gonna send you the video that I made. I'm gonna send you the video later that I made last year when I fucking made the prediction for the video with Marcus Brown and Better Be and after, because I was so fucking pissed off. I said I'm just like you, bro, because he literally got away from the game plan. Like everything was working the first 4 or 5 rounds, and then he just
literally,
that
motherfucker had more courage fighting his damn girlfriend than he showed with Better Be. You dirty bitch. I'll never forgive Marcus Brown.
Hard ass shots. He was beating the shit out of him, man. Yeah, he was doing a good job, but them punches hurt. Whoever said they would, hey man, they probably felt that shit in the crowd, bro. That shit was crazy.
We was watching that fight. I was doing the live stream. I rolled up a joint, watching that fight, man.
As soon as Better B start putting that shit on them, nigga, I rolled up another one. Nigga start pulling on that shit hard as fuck. I'm like, boy, he killing this nigga.
Ridiculous. Like Marcus, and it's crazy, because
I'm like, man, this nigga is beating the shit out of this nigga. He probably killed this nigga.
and it's
I see
crazy
people on
because
Twitter
when the
talking about
cut
this nigga need to
happened,
go to the hospital. I
when,
said, oh Lord, nigga, this look like some Apollo Creed shit.
like
I
when the
swear.
cut when the cut happened, Better Be knew if the ref stopped the fight, Marcus Brown would win because of the rounds that he had accumulated. That's why Better Be just started jumping on him
Went into
and doing
gorilla mode. Yeah.
right, because he was like, shit, if they stop this fight, I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna fucking lose because Brown has been getting all the points. And Marcus Brown had this man both eyes shut, bleeding all over his face, couldn't see straight, and he decided to shell up and sit there as opposed to get on his bike and jab. And I was like, man, bro, get out of here.
That's
His
why
All right,
I
we
can't
getting
look at
close to the two. We getting close to the Tuesday, fellas. I need y'all to help me, man. Y'all rolling with Fulton or what, man? I'm about to go put some money down, man. I really
Hey
was gonna
man,
wait till the
listen.
Spence Crawford
I'm
fight,
rolling,
but
I'm rolling with Fulton. I've been saying it since day one.
I'm personally want Fulton to win, but as far as where to put your money,
I'm telling you, bro.
Bro, look, if you a Fulton fan, put your money in your pocket, my nigga. I ain't gonna lie.
right. That's kind of where I'm at with it.
Put your money in your fucking pocket, nigga.
My
Oh,
cousin show told me, there you go betting on black again. I said, you show right, cuz, because I just, the new way kind of nice, bro. That right hand is, that motherfucker kind of deadly, bro. I ain't gonna make
And,
it like
and
he
you know
just
one
some
thing
hype
you
job.
also have to worry about, not just the nice part. What if the rumors are true, nigga?
Right.
Oh, damn,
That's
we
what you
forgot
gotta think
about that
about
part.
too.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
look,
yeah.
and it
the
ain't
art,
even just
the art.
about
You
what
remember?
if they are. You know he hearing this shit. You know he on social media seeing motherfuckers talk about this shit. He finna fight this nigga in Japan.
Yo, Art,
Man.
you saw the footage I sent you, right?
Yep, but I
Look,
keep it a thousand with y'all. I'm still picking Fulton because one thing I know about us brothers is that when we deal with adversity, we can still overcome that shit.
I'm
yup.
praying to God that Fulton just finds a way to win. Inoue is very talented. There are holes in his defense. Fulton can exploit them, but I just need him to stay on his toes. I don't want him to prove anything. Like I said, stink it up. Boring ass fight. I'm talking the most boring fight of the
Boring
21st
one
century.
I'm
sided
talking
jab
about
to
what
death.
Stink
hey,
it up.
it's gonna hurt his image for a tad bit, but he gonna be that nigga though. Pound for
Exactly.
Jab,
pound.
Stink it
jab
up.
and clinch.
Pound.
Yep, make it boring as hell. I said make it so boring they don't ever want to see your black ass in Japan again. I want them to ban you from the country because this fight is so
On me.
goddamn boring.
And then beat the shit out the next nigga and be all good. You hear me?
I was
Just
gonna
Precisely.
say,
make
and
it.
if he do it, I'll tell his ass you want a rematch, you gotta come out here to me. Yeah, I'm A side.
Right,
Exactly.
exactly.
A new way seem like he got that type of courage that'll do it though.
Hey,
That'll be the
make a
shit. You
new
hear me?
come to Philly. That's some crazy shit.
On
Hey,
me.
look,
Yep. And all the
if
referees are Fulton's cousins.
Fulton need to punch this nigga in the left eye all night long, bro, he can win. Real talk.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Cause that
Because
motherfucker don't even look like his heel. It's
well,
always in the corner and shit. Like,
when you have surgery, especially around the eyes, there's permanent scar tissue. That's why Anthony
Yup.
Jarrell, Kell Brook, they all their eyes puff up quickly when you jab them or hit them in that area because when you have consistent cuts or you have surgery, there's scar tissue that's accumulated, and the blood cells they inflame that area. They fill up the scar tissue to prevent your eye from taking damage. So, yes, that's definitely a good strategy.
oh god, tear that eye up,
I might
clinch,
just put
fucking
a hundred
elbow it a
down
little
of the
bit.
because
You know how
they got
we
him
do that
like plus
little.
350.
I wouldn't put 100. I may put like 45, maybe
You know, I be going hard, D. I'm
30.
gonna even front. Like I'm putting like 1,500 on Spence next week. Like, I'm
But see
going,
that
you know what I'm
you
saying?
gonna
Well,
win
that
that because
makes
he
a
the
lot of sense because
underdog.
Spence has a
That one,
solid chance of winning.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm 65-35 Spence.
Right. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Whereas Inoue and Fulton is incredibly sketch. Fulton is fighting a completely uphill battle.
For me, that's 52-48 Fulton. Only because
Yeah, yeah.
no, look, I'm gonna explain why. Like y'all know, because y'all know, I've been saying Fulton since Jump Street, but the fucking politics over there in Japan. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit is very suspect over there, bro. You saw what
I'm not
Notito Donaire went through over there.
But could it be another? Can it be another
Devin Haney, George Kambosos situation,
It
That's
really
exactly what I want the
where
fight to look
That's
like.
what
The
right.
first fight.
everybody assumes that he's gonna get robbed because the politics is super crazy, but he actually goes in there and schools the fuck out of it, make
Yeah,
that shit
you
look
got
so boring.
a
Nobody
My
straight
issue,
shutout.
wants to see that shit again.
my issue is Fulton's defensive lapses and when he starts to gas after the sixth. That's my biggest concern because then he'll try to hold. And the thing is, the distance between Fulton initiating a clinch and the clinch actually landing, that's Inoue's best body punching range. That's what I'm concerned about because the moment he sees Fulton coming in for a clinch, all he's gonna do is start throwing to the body, uppercuts on the inside, left to the liver, and it's just like, oh fuck. Ugh.
No,
I'm
I will
riding
say,
with Fulton because I'm biased to Americans in this situation, but
He got to get on his bike.
he,
That's his only bet.
yep,
Fight on
yep.
the outside and show this nigga what them feet can do.
And use your
Yeah.
hand speed while you're on the inside. Make sure that you're throwing enough punches to where he can't execute his offense, like he can't see straight. Work off of your jab. Don't leave it out there alone, as Tony Harrison's father used to say. You got a great jab, son, but you're leaving it by itself. Put something with it.
follow it up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, for
say,
the first
to
four
say I probably
rounds,
just keep my money in my pocket based on you guys' analysis. You hear me? So I think I'm just gonna wait till next Saturday. Shit, fuck
don't.
that.
I mean,
Nah,
don't.
because if you
All
do
I'm
that
saying is
shit
don't
and
put
then Fulton
100.
win
Put.
that shit, you're gonna be like, damn, listening to these dumbass niggas, man.
I'm coming back
I'm
on
not
the
saying
wild.
don't bet on Fulton. I'm saying don't bet a lot.
Right, I feel
Yeah.
that. I feel that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
minimize
Put it,
your
yeah,
potential
just
losses.
put like a nigga,
I'm
put
gonna
like
put like, I'm gonna put like 35,
like a bill.
35, 50 on it.
Right. That's
A
where I'm at
50
with like
on
that.
it. I feel
Yeah.
that. I feel
The
that.
arrow spins bet makes a whole lot of sense.
Yeah, I'm
That
putting
makes
some
a lot of
bread on
sense.
him. I might put
Let's
1,000 on the
get
knockout,
into it.
7 through 12, and 500 on the knockout, just period. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, the arrow spins
that's how I'm
bet definitely
starting.
makes sense. But Fulton and his with his
What y'all
circumstances,
think about
yeah.
that fight though? Errol Spence versus Crawford. Y'all think it's a knockout coming, man, from Errol Spence? Y'all think Bud gonna
Not
get the
gonna lie.
knockout?
I don't.
Not
I
gonna
think it's going the
lie.
distance.
I think it's going the distance. I've been saying that from the jump shot. I think Spence wins 9-3 or 8-4. That's what I always had. Because Crawford, because the way I'm not going to give away the whole thing because I'm making that video tomorrow, my prediction. But I just don't. Crawford doesn't do enough activity for me. Like, how's that going to work against Spence when you're looking for a one punch knockout? Because if it don't come, he's in trouble. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And also, I think that
Yes,
when he
I
tries to
do.
run his combinations and he tries to go in for a knockout, I think it's a situation where he's going to run into some shit he's not used to, like more head movement, hands up through the guard, and power. So the rewards that he normally gets for running his combination for the energy he outputs, he's not going to get the rewards, and he's going to be like, shit, okay, I got to switch it up now.
I believe Spencer's gonna work the body so much. Crawford ain't gonna have no power to really produce no knockout.
I'm telling you, I think Bomac gonna throw that towel in by the 10th
Cause y'all
round.
remember when Josh Taylor got touched up to the body and that nigga was punching like a drunk man?
Yeah.
I don't think Bomac could throw the
That shit affect
towel in.
people.
I think if Bomac ever threw the towel in on Bud would take him outside and run his ass over.
But if it's a beat down, like if Bud starts slow and let Spence establish that jab and like Dripper say start hitting them to the hips and shit, that's gonna get ugly, bro.
You're absolutely right, but I'm telling you, if Bomac
I
throw the
feel
towel
like
in
they're
on Bud
banking
during
on
this
the
fight,
counter,
Bud will
bro.
kill him.
Right.
Bud will shoot him back in
y'all
Omaha.
gotta think about this. I'm thinking these guys is banking on the counter, bro, because they know Tank throws a lot. I mean, not Tank. They know Spence throws a lot of punches, and he has a motor like a motherfucker. And he's coming at you. I feel like they working on that pity pat and then throwing one hard punch. Combination. I see them working on that. I feel like it's because they know that their best bet is to fucking try to fucking catch Smith with something, in little Spence's little defensive laps. Just catch him
And
with some
what if
quick shit. That's what I'm thinking.
Eat them counters early and just show that you just can't
No,
stop me from coming forward? Ugh, gonna be
Exactly. And
ugly.
then it's gonna be that one-sided ass whooping. But I'm just
no, but
feeling
same shit,
counter
bro.
the counter uppercut is what I'm thinking can probably fuck up Spence, change the direction of the fight. I ain't trying to put that in the air, but I'm just saying.
I don't think Bud's gonna land that because Spence's step back defense is underrated. I think Bud's best bet is a right hook from either orthodox or the southpaw.
But y'all, here's the thing. I'm not, like I said, I'm not gonna give away the full breakdown, cause I'm gonna make a video tomorrow. But But Crawford, like that whole switch hitting and orthodox style, like it's a little bit overstated to me because when he goes orthodox, his best defense is from orthodox. When he goes southpaw, his defense is not good. You know what I'm saying? Defense is not good from southpaw. So that's why I'm a little like leery of people saying he's a switch hitter, and especially against Spence because when he goes to the southpaw stance, he's going to be eating that left fucking jab from Spence because his hands is down a lot from when he's southpaw. See little shit like that. That's why I've been like where y'all getting this? He's moving around and being defensively responsible from. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but my thing is with Bud Crawford. What do y'all think though? Like I'm looking at it and I'm like, man, I ain't gonna lie, he's looking real slim. You know what I'm saying? Real small,
Too fucking little.
Earl is a
too
big
little.
dude. Even when
What
they
is
asked him
that?
about going to 168, he's like, hell no. Earl just all for it. Like Earl just a bigger guy.
Yeah,
I was
big
watching the
country.
Green Machine highlight, Crawford versus Green Machine, man. That's a very telling fight right there.
It
Man,
is,
Crawford
and
get hit a lot.
I feel like I ain't gonna lie. I feel like Crawford's athleticism got him out of that shit, boy.
Yes, and Green Machine start keeping his hands low. He got defensively irresponsible, bro. You know, I ain't saying he
Yeah.
would have won, but I'm just saying he got off a lot of shit, bro. A
The
lot of
last
counters.
fighter, the last fighter that Terrence Crawford fought to keep his hands up went 12, and he got knocked. I mean, of course, he got knocked out in the last 10 seconds of the 12th round. But that fighter was Jose Benavidez of all people, who was fucking terrible. So all he did was keep his hands up, and he saw the 12th round.
Yeah, but I say you saw what Danny Garcia did for him, of all
Right?
people.
Yeah.
No,
Danny Garcia fucking embarrassed him. You know, Danny Garcia's been probably having hand issues. That's why he couldn't get him out of there. But yeah, so we shall see.
What y'all think about that media workout?
I didn't really. I mean, I watched some of it, but I mean, it's just running through the basics. One thing I have noticed watching Crawford's fights is that from between the start of his welterweight career and now, like leading up to Avanesian, he has definitely slowed down, and it's visible.
oh my god, thank you. Yeah, thank
What,
you. I
what,
fucking
what
said 2 years
the
ago.
boy, what, 80, 35?
Yes,
It's about that
and
time.
and yeah, so I think this. I mean, this is probably going to be karma for him delaying this situation, but he has slowed down, and his age is definitely starting to show. Even with Avanesian, I'll admit he was carrying Avanesian to make the fight interesting, but he definitely has had to slow down. And I could tell he'd been training with Shakur on working on some defensive things to slow the fight's pace down because he doesn't move as fast. His hands aren't as fast. His feet aren't as fast. And those are things that probably concern him at his age because he plans to do like what 2-3 more fights probably. So yeah, he's not as fast anymore.
I
Yeah,
said, but it's funny that you said that, Diop, because I fucking said that 2 years ago.
Well,
2
2 years
years ago.
ago he was quick. Today he's not as quick as he was.
yeah, people trying to attribute it to
Heavy.
who he
He
was
just looks
fighting and
heavy.
all that. I'm like, nah, bro, he's slowing down.
He looks heavy footed now. That's why when people moves around, I'm like, where? Like he hasn't moved around since fucking really 140.
Yeah,
If you want to be honest.
he went from bouncing to walking now. Now when he's going backwards, he doesn't bounce, he walks. And it's like, ooh, that's not good.
And also too is like and I know Loma's not the most liked guy over here, but I'm saying like even when Loma fought Jermaine Ortiz, that was a great fight to build him up for Haney. Like you went and fought Avanesian, who didn't do nothing for you as far as who you are and to get you prepared for something that Spence finna take you through, bro. Like that was just a bad choice of like even if you were just getting a little quick tune up, like it didn't do nothing to help you in this situation because you're gonna have to move because I can't see you just
And
standing there
who
going
should
toe
he
for
fought
toe.
then?
Spence.
Yeah, facts.
What is we talking about?
Yeah, especially right after
Facts.
Sean Porter.
Have y'all?
Yeah,
Sean
Spence
Porter
after
really,
shot.
Sean Porter really put his ass through that mud, but he survived it, and Sean Porter gassed out and he turned it up a little
I'm
bit.
telling people
He
be
should have went right into
underrating.
the Spence
People be
fight.
underrating what Sean Porter did in that fight too. I
Porter
don't want
was
to sound
up.
like an anti-Bud look. Exactly, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Porter
A lot of
even even somebody in Bud Corner said he up. We think he up, and I'm like, damn, is this that? Yeah, I had Porter up around when they stopped it.
Inside game was nice, and Earl got a.
Me personally, I had Bud up one round, but he wasn't looking good to me in that fight until late.
I'm gonna tell y'all this: if the fight had actually gone the distance, Bud would have got the same split decision Spence got.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
If the fight had gone the distance, Bud would have got the same. Would have got the same outcome, a split decision.
Yeah,
That's how.
I saw scorecards afterwards. Bud was up one round on one scorecard. Porter was up one round on one scorecard, and the other joint had it even.
Right. So it would have been super scary. It might have fucked around and been a draw. So and
then was with them knockdowns, they changed everything. But
Exactly.
I'm telling you, that fight could have been a draw. Easy work.
But that's the difference when boxing skill versus powers, because Spence has never been in a position where he's needed to stop somebody. People talk about the Kell Brook fight, but maybe not.
I think Kell Brook at his prime when Spence fought him would have beat 90% of the welterweights in the game. You feel
I
me?
agree with that.
Absolutely.
I was so big on Kell Brook at that time, bro. I ain't went up to
Man,
fight
I
Triple G.
rewatched that fight, man, and I ain't gonna lie, that shit look a lot tougher than it was when I was watching it the first time.
If Kell Brook wasn't a cokehead, he'd probably still be a threat today. His problem is that
I'm like, I see why
he's like
Earl
Adrian
Spence
Broner.
said
He's
this
just a
nigga was
dick. He's an
hard.
addict.
Yeah, I always felt like Kell Brook was the goods. I was like, when I saw, I'd be hating. I ain't gonna say hating, but I'd be real skeptical of them UK fighters because I just know when they cross the pond, they get exposed. But when Kell Brook came over and did what he did to Sean,
Brook is mixed, so he's not pure. He's not pure UK.
Yeah, that's right.
No, but look, y'all, look what I'm about to say real quick. Kell Brook, and like Blunt said, Kell Brook was different from most of those kick fighters. He actually wanted smoke with him. Because I still remember vividly. When he was a champion for Errol Spence King, he wanted Keith Thurman. He wanted Danny Garcia. He beat Sean Porter. Then that's another thing too, though. I ain't mean to cut you off. That's another duck that nobody talked about. Keith Thurman ducked Kell Brook. He didn't want to go over to the fucking side. Nobody talked about it.
Kell Brook's biggest mistake. Yeah, Kell Brook's biggest mistake is not coming over here to the States and just going in, like being with PVC or whoever over here and just kind of just staying in the States, because that's where all the smoke was at 147. And he just
getting high all the goddamn time. Always smoking dope.
But I will hold on. I want to say one thing. I am sensing some tones. I try not to get caught up in this shit, but I've been watching all these interviews and shit. Bomac, somebody just said it in the comment. The tone just sounded a little weird over there. You know what I'm saying? Bud saying he ain't gonna take the rematch if he lose. Yeah, then Bomac planting the seeds of when you're fighting a guy like Earl Spence in Vegas with the judges. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Like,
it sounded shaky to me when during the media workout, when they asking Bud about his strategy in the fight, first thing he started talking about was, okay, so I'm gonna make a lot of money, he's gonna make a lot of money, we both make, like, nigga, nobody asked you about any of that. What the fuck is you talking about? We understand that. We talking about the goddamn fight.
Well, that was like weird. I'm keeping a bean with y'all. That was weird as shit when he said that. I'm like, what?
Yeah, what the fuck? Like, we know you probably got the bigger piece of chicken. Nobody gives a fuck. We're talking about what you gonna do in the ring. Like, this nigga talking about, we're prize fighters. We're making a lot of money. I'm like, man, shut the fuck up. Ain't nobody trying to hear that shit.
We know Earl gave up the concessions to make the damn fight. We already know this. Like, this is public information. Like,
yeah, he talking like that's his victory. I won in the boardroom, so the fight don't matter. Like, what the fuck? I'm like, man.
But he had to give it up to Earl. He was like, I gotta give props to Earl for even making this fight happen, because Earl did what he said he was gonna do. Like, Bud did all that capping online, how the fight wasn't gonna happen. Earl stuck to his guns, gave up more than he wanted to just to make that fight happen. And then I just heard, I don't know, like I said, I just heard in his voice in the interviews, Earl sound like he's gonna go bulldoze, because
they know they pissed him off. And let me tell y'all this, what's really important. If Crawford was in Spence's shoes, we would not be getting this fucking fight.
Facts.
Y'all see Spence in the like doing the photography for the fight or whatever, his little pictures or whatever. You notice this nigga was mean mugging like a month. I don't usually see Spence do shit like that.
He's heated because he said
See.
this asshole has wasted time and money having to reschedule this fight constantly, going
Bro.
back and forth, keeping Spence at welterweight unnecessarily. You done fucked off. I done gave you the bigger piece of chicken, and now you bring your punk ass here and you make it a rematch situation?
Nigga,
You son of a
look
bitch.
at the little commercial that they made. This nigga Spence fucking got his eyebrows down. He motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? He mean mugging the camera
That
like
shit was kind of funny at first. Though.
Yeah.
I think they told him to look mean because Earl just got
You think
such a cool demeanor. I don't think he got a poker face. I think even as he whooping ass, he don't be frowned up and just looking crazy and wild when he beating the nigga ass. That nigga got a straight poker face,
he
bro.
said Bomac went from calling Spence a drunk and all that. Now he's all humble talk. Damn.
Yeah, because Bomac be on YouTube lives, he be giving up too much information. I remember he was one of the primary people that actually certified Ugas as a threat, and then when the fight got made, they talking about some duck. Like, wait, what?
Bro, before Spence and Ugas fought, I'm gonna expose something to y'all real quick, yo. And God rest Batman's soul, Gary Russell brother. Batman exposed that they were trying to make Ugas versus Crawford. Before they were trying to make that fight, Batman exposed all that shit. And,
Bomac is on an interview with Black Fight Fan talking about, we actually trying to get Ugas out the way first because he beat Terrence Crawford in the amateurs and he's a threat. He's more of a threat than Spence. And then when Spence clip him, all of a sudden it's duck talk. Nigga, man, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, bro, I'm not gonna lie. That I'm gonna be real. They've been talking crazy for years, but then when they saw how he did Ugas, that energy fucking changed.
They said, "Oh shit,
motherfucker, bro," because even though it's the amateurs, we know the amateurs don't mean shit when it comes to the pros, but Ugas handled Bud in the fucking amateurs. That means something psychologically. People don't get that. You feel what I'm saying? That's just like this whole Keyshawn Davis and Cruz situation. That's why they fucking moving funny.
I think Keyshawn and I thought this when they were both even in the amateurs just because of the stylistic difference. As much as I don't like Keyshawn, I'm pretty sure he'd knock Andy Cruz the fuck out of here. And I didn't need to see Andy Cruz's first fight with Burgos to come to that conclusion. I've always thought that personally.
Yeah, that's usually like that too.
Because that's usually how it goes. You know, the amateurs, like even Butayev versus Stanionis. Butayev was whooping on Stanionis' ass in the amateurs. They got to the pros, a little bit different.
Yeah, Stanionis whooped his ass. Yeah, facts. That's true.
Yeah, I mean, Stanionis still got beat up, but you know. And also, you hear about Stanionis calling out Boots.
Boots, I was just waiting to word.
That. He said he'll either tune up. That's a fucking lie.
That's so unfortunate. I honestly feel bad for Stanionis because he about to get fucked over and he about to get beat up. That's terrible.
He's going to be it's going to be a unification fight, so it's going to happen. It's going to be
a unification fight.
Stanionis said he wanted before the year is out because he needs a fight because he needs some money. And I'm like, that's the wrong person to call if you just need some money.
He need to get a fight first, then fight Boots. Because trust me, you don't want Ugas no fucking being rusty. He gonna get knocked the fuck out.
Hey,
and I got a lot of respect on this, but if you want a competitive fight, you better get a fight in before you fight Boots.
It wouldn't be competitive no matter what he did, but not that's what Stanionis said on video, and I'm like, hey, you won't hear me talking about I don't want to see you get destroyed. So hey, I don't give a fuck. I mean, I think it's stupid from a management's perspective if you just want to get some money, but you talking about I want Boots for me. Okay, nigga, if that's how you feel, go ahead. Because God knows Boots needs that fight.
Because like I said,
Boots needs all the profile he can get.
That's real shit. Because like I said, Boots is going after Spence and Crawford is cleared up. Boots and Stanionis is going to be for the IBF and the WBA belts because they're going to move them to full-time champions. So I'm saying, and plus with Thurman and Ugas, they're going to be what? Whoever wins that fight is going to be a WBC champion. And then who's in the WBO, Jonas? Alexis Rocha and somebody from PBC. I forgot who it was. It's somebody from PBC. I think it's Butev, right?
Booty.
Is it Butev?
It's Cody Crowley.
I like Cody. My kid.
Cody Crowley, yeah. Because he gonna beat the shit out of Alexis Rocha. I hope they do make that fight. He's gonna beat the fuck out of him.
You think Cody Crowley gonna take Rocha?
Hell yeah.
I don't know.
I can
And
see
then
Stanionis and Crowley before I see Crowley and going to the zone. They probably gonna keep Alexa Rocha ain't bringing on to make them do that fight.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying that Cody Crowley won't make it interesting, but I don't think he wins that.
I just don't like. I don't think much of Alexa Rocha. That's probably what it is.
I mean, they both ain't shit. But I mean, I'm just saying. I think that Rocha's got enough in the tank to beat up on Crowley.
No, I feel that.
Tiger Johnson ain't nothing special.
I like shoe.
No, that's
I
the
like-
shoe.
I'm tripping, Tiger. I'm tripping. Yeah. I like Tiger though. He cool.
At
Lost me
147,
some money.
Tiger is food.
I like Tiger, but yeah, he's not beating the elite guys at 147.
Hey, he's not gonna do shit. He's
Don't Tiger fight at 140?
Yeah,
I thought he fought at
140.
welterweight.
I think he fight at 140.
Nah, last time I checked, he was at 40.
But his frame, he could easily go up to 147. But I think he at 140 right now.
I thought he was at 147.
Let me look it up while we're
Let's look it up. Right.
Yeah, I don't remember.
That's where he was at 147. That's what I swore he was.
Let's see. Delonte Johnson, aka Tiger. Where the fuck is the goddamn box rec? What the fuck? Is this man not on box rec? Why the fuck is it coming up? It wasn't popping up. Okay, here we go. So, according to this, he's been fighting above the 140 limit. So I guess he wants to, because he's fought as heavy as 145, but so I don't know what the fuck he wants to do. Legally, he weighs in at welterweight, so I don't know what's going on with that.
Like, that's why we confused.
He needs to pick a division.
Now, when I say that about Haney, you get mad at me. Just throw that out there.
And I kept it consistent. He's over by a pound. I called him a welterweight. That's why I called him a welterweight. I did the same thing with Tank. When he's over a pound, you're a super lightweight.
You got to clarify your division, though, man.
You gotta be 147.
Yeah, he's listed as a welterweight. That's why I called him a welterweight. I mean, maybe he's fighting 140 pounders, but he's been weighing in above the super lightweight limit.
No, I was just saying that to the testament of make your decision on what weight class you're in, you know? So we can figure this shit out, you know?
Yeah, he's right. That's why I definitely say he's food at welterweight, because he doesn't even, he fights at welterweight, but doesn't want to fight any. So it's like, what are you doing?
Nah, you know what it is, y'all? The fucking that typical top ranked matchmaking.
Yeah, because despite him being an Olympian, I don't see him being super good. I don't see anything special that I haven't seen before. He looks like a regular old, nice little fighter that does some stuff, but I don't see anything particularly special.
Yeah.
Somebody like James Martin fuck around beat him.
This 135, 140 shit should be lit, man. I just hope these niggas shuffle the cards and get it cracking like it. Even with Keyshawn, Keyshawn talking so much shit, throw him in there with Frank Martin. I just want to see the cards shuffle and get it cracking, man. I'm sick of all this talk.
I want to see it too, but we know it's not going to happen. Bob is not allowing that shit.
Yeah,
because
I'm fucking weenie.
But Keyshawn would make me feel like that, because I would say take y'all time and build them accordingly. But Keyshawn be the one getting me riled up and hold on, man, throw him in there with a guy for real, because I'm sick of him talking let him tell it. He 50-0 against everybody. You know what I mean? Shit,
he riding off reputations of people around him for work he hasn't even put in yet. He's done nothing. Bud and Shakur get on my nerves and their resumes suck, but at the very least, they have fought some champs and some semi-certified B-level people. But Keyshawn, his best accomplishment is doing the same thing that Devin Haney did to Burgos, which is win by decision. That's literally his fucking best accomplishment. That's why I get so pissed off when people say he's levels above somebody and he's not putting on levels above performances. He's doing the same shit as everybody else.
But the problem with that is, too, Frank Martin has beaten much better competition than him. And he's talking crazy about Frank. Are you fucking kidding me?
Like Michelle Rivera would handle everybody that Keyshawn's ever fought. Michelle Rivera fucking around handle Keyshawn. If we're being
I was
honest.
just about to say that, bro. He would
No,
handle
sir.
Keyshawn.
No, sir. No, I feel the amp, but let's not take it too far, guys. I don't think Rivera handles Keyshawn at all. I think Keyshawn
I
put
said
them
he
paws
might.
on him.
I
Okay.
think that's a close fight.
I think he would. I'm going out on the limb. I ain't no thinking about it, none of that shit. I think Michelle Rivera's a good fighter.
I don't know if he wins, but I think he's definitely interesting.
Yeah, I feel. No, I could agree to that. I definitely feel that. Can't talk like he a bum or nothing because he was looking good before the Frank Martin fight. You know what I mean? So I just
And
want
he
to
was
see
on
how them brothers
steroids.
fight. I was just finna say that too. That nigga
And
juicing like a
he's
motherfucker.
on steroids, so it's like definitely,
Look at it this way, y'all. Look at it this way, y'all. Pitbull didn't want no smoke with him. He ducked him. So hey, Pitbull said
So
hell no to Michelle Rivera, and he also said hell no to Frank Martin.
when I'm gonna keep it real. When I saw that $30 million, I realized immediately why Cruz don't want to fight nobody else. You feel me? On some shit like
Cruz didn't get that amount of money
I know,
though.
but I'm just saying though, just to get a piece of that type of pie is just way more than you'll get fighting anybody else at 135. Like, so I mean, even though I don't want to see the fight, but I could feel Cruz in his approach to this shit because you
That's what
definitely
he's
ain't finna
doing.
get
He's
another
waiting
tater like
until
that.
fucking That's what he's doing, bro. He waiting until fucking he get a rematch with Tank because he ain't gonna
And I
fight
can't knock
nobody.
him for that. Well, I can knock him for that because, like I say, 135 too deep. But I understand where he's coming from. See, I knock Tank for that, but I can't knock Isaac Cruz for that. Like that's
No, I'm
just
not gonna Isaac Cruz. He needs to put in some work and move the fuck around. Like if Tank decides to fight him again, yeah, that sucks. But Cruz sitting over here waiting around, just riding off of Tank's
no.
coattails. Fuck
He
that.
deserves to be criticized harshly. But I just say I could just feel where he coming from with trying to get that fight again. I
It's
mean, shit.
it's and
Yeah,
that's why I got on Ryan's ass and I didn't even like that fight because Ryan has done nothing but wait on Tank, the same as Triple G been waiting on Canelo. Ryan ducked the fight the first time it was offered to him. Then he went around, had a mental health crisis, comes back and he's clout chasing and screaming Tank's name. And Ryan built himself up off of Tank. He didn't actually do anything. He wasn't moving serious weight. Tank sold out the fucking Staples Center. Ryan couldn't do that. So
exactly.
yeah, Ryan and Shakur's biggest events like without Tank involved are kind of around the same. That's why Ryan's drawing power is completely overestimated. So whenever people say, "Oh, Ryan helped the Tank fight," no, Ryan was just someone people were looking forward to getting knocked out. That's it. People just wanted to see Tank stop him. That's all that was. Ryan didn't
That's
wasn't no
all it
serious.
was.
Yeah, Ryan wasn't no serious
Thought
draw.
he had
Tank could.
That's it.
Yeah,
Tell
Tank could have
LaShawn
got in there.
McCoy
Yeah, Tank could have got in there with fucking Cambosis and done similar numbers. Like, stop.
couldn't believe that boy LaShawn McCoy came on there and interviewed back. It seemed like he was just dropping some real knowledge about that fight. You hear me?
But
He was
John McCoy's a
fucking
fucking
idiot.
idiot, bro.
Stupid.
You
That
can
was
That's
tell
crazy.
who knows boxing and who doesn't.
Yeah, most of these dudes hadn't really watched Ryan fight outside of recently. I'm like, did y'all watch Ryan's 130 career?
Hey,
Dude,
how many pay-per-view buys you think Canelo Charlo gonna do?
this shit. That's got
About
if
700.
I say mil.
700.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, yeah, I'm thinking a mill too. Because I mean, if Plant versus Canelo can do 800,
Whatever. You know what? I think
Yeah, that's
Fox
true because
and
Charlo
the
is a
white.
bigger name than Plant.
right?
I think Fox and the white boy helped that a lot too. I ain't gonna lie. You feel me? I think that brought a little some casual fans in, but I got it at 700, which is still not a bad number. But I just don't think it's going.
Yeah, that's a great number for today's
That's a great
standards.
number. Yeah,
Right. Oh,
man,
anything over half mil is fantastic for today's
I'm
number.
gonna keep it real. Even if you add up to 200,000 joints, depending on what the overhead was, people be acting like that ain't no money. Like it, of course, it ain't no big, official, but shit, that's definitely taking care of everything. You know what I mean? People getting paid. Shit, I be
Right.
trying to make it seem like 250 is a bad deal. You add up 80 times the 250 and do the gate shit. That's something. You know what I mean?
250 is only bad if you have bigger expectations. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So
Or if
that's why
the unit
try
price
to.
is cheap.
What you mean? You say the unit price?
Yeah, the per unit sold. Like if the actual individual pay-per-view package is cheap, then yeah, it's
Oh,
not a
okay.
good
Yeah,
number.
yeah. Safe to say.
Yeah, if the fight's like $70, $75, then yeah, that's 250 is a good number.
Y'all think Haney
But if it's
versus
like
Manchenko
he
is bad?
said, if it's like a
Y'all
30,
think
it's
that
like a
was
30
bad?
$40 pay per view, then yeah, that's not a good number.
Y'all
Wait,
think
what'd you
Top
say,
Rank
Art
lost?
Man?
Y'all think Top Rank lost money with Haney versus Loma?
No, because the purses weren't really huge like normal, so I don't think they lost any money. I think they either broke
They didn't
even or
lose no money with that fight.
yeah, but they weren't breaking anybody off any major money. So
Yeah,
it's
wasn't nobody getting paid like no 20 mil or no damn 30 mil.
Yeah,
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Devin made 4.5,
and
and Loma
Loma made
made
like what
3.
2, 3? Oh yeah,
They
exactly.
made
Oh,
So
3.
that definitely took care of everything. Everybody ate.
yeah, they didn't really. Yeah, they didn't lose any money on that. You know, Bob cheap ass.
And plus, Top Rank did a horrible job promoting the fight anyway.
100%. They did. They did a better job promoting the fucking Kambosos fights than they did the Lomachenko shit.
I feel like
You
Haney
know, but you know why? You know
pushed
why they
that
didn't
nigga from the
promote that
jump.
shit
That
like that,
probably
Because
bro?
they expected Haney to lose and they didn't want any eyeballs on it.
Exactly. Bob sabotaged that shit on purpose.
Mm-hmm. Son of a bitch.
That's what he does, bro. Because I promise you, if it's a certain fighter that he likes, he's going to over promote that shit.
What y'all think about the promotion for Wilder Fury 3? Y'all think they did a good job with that?
I mean,
Talking
that
about
shit
ESPN.
promoted itself with all the
Yeah,
controversy and the
about
Oh
that.
yeah.
beef
It didn't need
and
anything. It didn't need
yeah,
nothing.
that should have been promoted since the first fight. Then the draw, then the court case, and the second fight, and the gloves. That shit was already done.
I'm gonna keep real. I know y'all ain't no fan of this fight, but that's why I be promoting the Loma Haney too, for real. Just because of all that, I think Haney will get a big payday fucking around with that part 2. If you can't get a tank, that's the biggest payday out there for Cuz. I mean, not like you say, they probably ain't the ideal thing for him to do, but payday wise, I think that's the biggest paycheck out there for him, for real.
That's cool. I just make Loma's ass come up to 140.
Facts. I
Yeah,
definitely
because
would.
at the end of the day, Haney won the fight, and it was clear as day that he won. He's the A side
Clear as
again.
day, clear as a hazy day. I don't know.
I'd be like, all right, Loma. I'd be like, all right, Loma, how bad do you want it? Come up to 140,
Exactly.
and it's 80-20, or you can go fuck yourself.
That's a fair play though.
Because he don't fucking need him.
Yeah, that's a fair play. If I'm Loma, I'll take that. Or you gotta take that.
Yeah, is it like how bad do you really think you won? Then do it. Like, stop me. don't leave it in the judge's hands. Stop me.
Exactly. Flat out.
Crazy thing is, has Loma ever rematched anybody?
Nope.
Oh yeah, he need to be thinking about Shakur.
Even his losses. Yeah, his losses. He's never rematched. He didn't rematch Lito.
But
Didn't rematch
I'm gonna
Tiafimo.
keep
Keep
it
the
real. I
rematch
don't
fucking
think they be.
Salido.
I don't be thinking they be wanting to rematch Loma. Yeah, I give Loma a lot of stick, but I don't think motherfuckers
That's
be wanting to
that's
chance that
cool.
again.
That's cool. And if that's the case, fine. But I'm pretty sure that them offers have been sent. The ones y'all talking about, them 80-20 splits on my terms, and
Who you
Loma
think
moved
offered
on to the
Loma the
next. Because
rematch?
you gotta think when he took his first loss, he didn't rematch that nigga because he went to a bigger and better
I
fighter.
heard he tried to give him the whole purse to rematch him, and Salido said no.
Yeah, it
That's what I
sounds
read.
good.
I don't know. Yeah,
You gonna fight
maybe.
for free?
I
But I said
mean,
because
but that what he
Salido
said.
driving Uber. So Salido was driving Uber, so
Right, he was
needed
driving Uber and stealing beer. He had to
I think
survive.
he was walking away like I got the one win over the great Lomachenko. I'm good. Like fuck y'all. I ain't
Well,
got to
shit,
rematch him.
everybody gonna do that then.
Well,
I'm
Loma
talking
wasn't
about
even like the great at the time. He was just some nigga out the amateurs.
no, they was hyping Loma. That was a championship fight. They was hyping Loma. You get a
And see,
championship fight
that's
in your
that's the
second
biggest
fight.
thing, bro. You
that
come in
motherfucker got a
the
title
game
shot
and
his second fight, bro.
It's crazy, bro.
that
That's
part
crazy.
after
that's
losing
that
to a cab driver.
that's another reason why he
No,
really don't.
that was the title fight against Salido, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah.
was.
And he lost, and then he
Yeah,
fought Gary Russell right after.
punished him.
Well, it was a
I don't know
majority
about
decision.
punish
Yeah, it was a
Punished.
because
majority decision. I don't know if punish is some strong language.
Punished.
they
You
didn't
land
even
you
count
land
when
16
they
punches.
didn't even
You
count when
land
Gary Russell
16
dropped
punches
him.
in a row in one round, boy. That's a punishment, boy. That was vicious.
That's one round, but Lomachenko, the masterful boxer, couldn't even convince every judge that he won.
Shit, they gave Canelo a card against Floyd. Like, come on now, let's not act like
And then on
that's
top
the
of
tell
that, like it
all.
didn't even count when Gary
Gary
Russell
Russell,
knocked
the
him out.
knockdown.
He didn't even count that
They
shit,
don't even talk
and he
about it.
cleanly knocked him down.
Yep. But then,
Can't
but then
can't
they're
argue
gonna
that.
give Triple G the knockdown over Jacobs, which was complete bullshit. But you know,
No, he got hit. He got hit.
the
So
triple
did Loma. So did Loma.
Oh no, I didn't. You see, I didn't say anything about that shit. I digress.
A knockdown, but they
A
not
knockdown is a
counting this shit to some
knockdown.
people.
She is Zab Judah knocked down Floyd. Like a knockdown is a knockdown. What you
Yeah.
talking about? You know, it's going
Nah,
down this year, man. I
Loma
can
need to be
only imagine.
focusing on Shakur, or he
That's
need
the
if he
fight.
if he
Even for
wanna
Shakur, that's the fight.
if he
I
wanna
don't know
build
why.
up his profile some more, he need to go knock off another prospect because that's where the hype is around prospects.
It's all about, for me, if I'm top ranked, I'm pushing Shakur and Loma. If Loma win, y'all get y'all great white hype again and get him back on whatever y'all gonna get him on. But if Shakur win, y'all think he the future, this is the perfect fight to build his profile up. And for Shakur, you know, just to say I handle him better than Haney handled him type shit. Like
I'm
I saying
confident that Lomachenko don't want that though, because he's like, I just got finished with this nigga, and then you talking about this other nigga's better than this one. I'm like, nah, let me just wait.
Where's Loma's other options? Who else is out there?
He needs to get the fuck up out of here because I'm tired of hearing his
saying
name.
Cambosis, but I don't feel like he'll fight
I'm
Cambosis.
the fucking
Nah, they
disappeared.
should feed Cambosis to fuck is his name? The young nigga.
Keyshawn,
Yeah.
that would be great. That's a great fight for Keyshawn.
Keyshawn Davis a bullshit nigga because he just posted on Twitter yesterday he can make 130. Fuck is you at 35 for?
Okay.
That was a little weird for him to say that. Like, what?
But I'm
you
saying, what
you
the
wanna
fuck
duck
is you at
before that?
35 for? You not fighting Shakur. Haney is on his way out. And outside of Haney and Tank shit, the belts is gonna go to Shakur. Like, let's be realistic. So you not fighting your partner. Why the fuck you at 35?
And Keyshawn don't want no tank fight, so it's like,
Fuck
you know,
ain't nothing at 30 for him for real. Like, he need to stay at 35.
Shit, he can go and whoop everybody Shakur fought.
Now he
At
definitely
30.
can do that.
go
But
fight
I'm
on
just saying
Shaqy
challenges.
Foster.
I like
And that's what I'm
Go-
saying.
go
It's
fight,
champs
yeah.
out there. He can go
Go
get
fight
his feet wet.
Cordina.
Cordina.
Yeah,
That's the
make-
cat. Yeah.
Nah, but make up for your man not fighting on Oshaki Foster then. Since you want to do that. And talk about
My thing is, do something. Don't just sit here and ride off of the public.
Nigga, you jumping and cheesing and shit behind the nigga that's at the top of 35 prospects and shit. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's why we be getting on board, bro, because this nigga be acting like people don't want to fight him, and there's plenty of motherfuckers that called him out.
Yeah, you can't say that nobody want to fight you and then play money games when it's time to talk. You feel me? Like, play heavy when it's time to get it to the table. Now, you just said whoever can get it. Now, motherfuckers stand up, say you can get it, but you got to take this. And he will, wait a minute. I said you can get it, but wait a minute. No. Well, why you just need to stay off Twitter?
You know Tracy Blunt? He did all that barking about Frank Martin, right? But you ain't pushing to make that fight though. I see.
At all.
Yo.
Because Frank will take whatever split. He'll go over the top rank and play Shakur.
That nigga
say what you want about that
hold
fight
on
with
one
Frank.
second, y'all. Spence Crawford, real quick.
What?
Did y'all see Spence recent interview?
With who?
Nah.
On that, what's that one show with that light skinned dude? I don't know if they was
Pivot
The
podcast.
Pivot podcast?
Yeah,
The pivot.
yeah.
The pivot.
He told basically, he said, man, niggas talking about they got some big money on Earl Spence. Do y'all feel like that pressure is fucking a lot too?
No.
Earl gave the best response ever. He said, I'm finna make my homies a lot of money.
Nigga, everybody be having their money on Spence.
Yeah, I don't
You
think
said
Errol
that.
Spence is worried about any of that personally. I think that this fight is personal because one, Errol Spence is completely focused on legacy, and two, I'm pretty sure that the animosity that Errol Spence has, despite all the cameras for Terrence Crawford, is real. Because when it comes to the fight, Errol Spence isn't concerned. But when you talk about the negotiations and that money, look at his face. He's like, oh, I swear to God, I'm gonna beat this nigga's ass. Like,
and then you know how petty, and I ain't gonna say petty like in a negative way, but you know how Earl pay attention to everything. I'm pretty sure all this chatter around him about this nigga beating him and all this shit. Like, you see how mad I don't say mad, but you see how he checked Sugar Ray Leonard for saying that shit about Mikey Garcia. I'm pretty sure all this shit in his head. And just, I'm gonna kill this dude. Like, just
absolutely.
To kill everything. Like, I'm here to take your money, whatever you need, but I'm working you when I get in there.
During that whole
Flores said he
process,
took,
everyone was accusing him of ducking. Even on Twitter, they got on his Twitter and be like, "Yeah, stop ducking Crawford and offer him some more money." Like, nigga, what the fuck?
Yeah, exactly. They've been accusing that nigga of ducking Crawford since 2018, even though it was no fucking real evidence of that until it finally got exposed that he wasn't ducking Crawford, that it was Crawford holding up the fucking fight. But yet, well, we here now, so we all good. And then
And then
the funny
Crawford
thing
don't.
about
Go ahead.
no, the funny thing about with Crawford, he always deflects from that question when they ask him what took him so long to make the fight. He's like, we here now. Oh no, we know
Oh
you
yeah,
know
both
because
sides, and you know it's hard for fighters, and we prize fighters, and we gotta make the money. Like, shut your punk ass up,
I
nigga.
was
If you
just gonna say, my boy be kind of crying a lot too. I like Bud as a person sometimes, but he be lying like a motherfucker. Oh, this oh, I've been the underdog all my life. Show me the last fight when you were the underdog, my
he
boy.
not the underdog now.
That's what I'm saying. What are you talking about?
Like
Show
I'm
me the
like, nigga,
last fight where you
you're
were
not
the
the underdog
underdog.
this week. What are you talking about?
My coach doesn't get credit. It's just all this old whiny shit, bro. Like, man, you ain't never been the underdog. I can't remember the last time you were an underdog in one of these fights. Boy, stop it.
It's crazy because Bud has had one of the most privileged careers in all of boxing. He has made a grip for fighting the who's who of who. And then when he talks about, aren't you guys happy we waited for undisputed? I'm like, bro, the only reason we
No.
got undisputed is because Spence had to clean up shop. Like, what champions at 147 you fucking fought? You just made excuses and re-signed with Top Rank.
And
So
I don't want to hear this from Bud
film,
fans.
what
Go
fight
ahead.
films are y'all watching right now?
I'm watching mostly Bud tape, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm watching Bud and
I ain't gonna lie,
Bud. I've been watching Bud shit.
Spence versus you gets like back to back to back.
like that fight, and I was there, and I was the fuck there.
Because I already know what
Yeah, I
Spence
was there
gonna
too.
do. I already know what Spence is gonna do. I know what his fighting style is. Bud is the one where there's a lot of X factors
The
because
question, right?
he's very unorthodox.
That mean machine fight on.
That
I've been
mean
watching
machine fight
Mikey
is
Garcia and them
telling.
guys.
I don't really
Same.
watch. I don't really count Spence tapes before the accident because he's clearly different now. He's a little bit different. His fighting style's changed. He keeps his hands up more often. A little bit slower, but not as much. But you know, we'll see.
That Mikey Garcia fight was whenever he showed his boxing ability. Now we can not that banging style. I think we can see that nigga.
But that was like it was like deliberate for him to do that because he could have easily walked through Mike and blew through him, but he said everybody kept saying that he was going to get outboxed, and he fucking pitched a shutout. Like that's the top pound for pound fighter at the time.
Also, the streets. I can't confirm this, but the streets was saying that somebody from the office was like, "Hey, don't break his ass up too much to where we can't get some more bread out of this. Okay, don't retire him to break his will. Just we need him to come back for some more fights. So just take it easy. I'm not saying don't whoop his ass, but don't break him off."
Who? Who? Who you saying got that word?
Spence
Against who?
Mikey.
I think that's why the Pacquiao fight didn't happen. Shit, don't get my conspiracy shit going. I think they were saving Pacquiao from an ass whooping for real. Like,
Oh no, he would have your punch. Oh
fuck
my god, bro!
Pacquiao up.
He would have fucking destroyed Pacquiao. Pacquiao probably be talking right now.
Yeah, Pacquiao. Yeah, not only would Pacquiao would have got knocked out in like 6 rounds, but he'd probably be in the hospital laid up, like not moving.
And I know he had a legit injury, and I ain't saying Spence be on no bullshit, but on my conspiracy theory shit, I'd be like, man, I wonder that they just not want him to get his hands on that old man for real, because he would have fucked him up, man.
He would have started. That shit was ugly. I ain't gonna lie. I would have felt sorry for Pacquiao. I'm gonna
Because
keep it being with y'all.
Keith did better work than people give him credit for against Pacquiao, like especially in the later rounds. Like Keith was kind of stepping.
Yeah, no, Keith earned he earned a split decision. It was a very close fight. He just got careless in the beginning. That's why I don't entertain the like when people say Keith is washed, that's a bad fight. I'm like, no, Keith's not washed. He's just lazy.
Keith not washed.
He don't do drugs. He lives a clean life. He just be playing the flute in the park and shit.
And then you know how that Manny Pacquiao payday do? Fuck people head up.
I don't think I'm gonna be real with y'all. I watched that fight 3 different times, yo, just for general purpose. I don't think Keith wants to fight. I'm gonna keep it a being with y'all. He came back and won. But the thing was the knockdown is what the difference was.
Yeah, the knockdown was the big difference.
Yeah, without the knockdown, he probably wins.
And he did hurt him to the body later on too. Like he hurt him later on in the middle rounds too.
The 10th round, he hurt him to the body. He basically knocked him fucking mouthpiece out.
Well,
But
Thurman did his thing though. Thurman pressed, and that's what I was mad at Adrian Broner. I thought Adrian Broner was doing decent in the first half of the fight against Pacquiao. He just didn't press his foot on the gas. You know what I mean? I feel like Thurman did.
He had to deal with that hand speed, and he stopped punching.
That hand speed threw him off. That nigga got on the good foot after the hand speed. He felt that left.
Manny is he who greases the fire. Manny is at this point. I don't know what he does with his money. Maybe he blew a lot of it trying to buy the Filipino presidency. But Manny is just, I don't know, maybe he's just looking for a check at this point. But he is a goofball. He's not going to fight any professional fighters. The same as Floyd is not going to come back. Like I remember people talking about, oh, Floyd can fuck around and do something with maybe the Charlo at 160. I'm like, y'all need to stop it. Y'all need to just relax. It's not, no. I don't want to see it. And
Floyd, let it go.
Yeah, like Floyd was great when we had him, but now it's over. You're gonna fight random people in exhibitions for the rest of his life because y'all, it's not what y'all think.
I can see Manny Pacquiao coming back to fight like Conor.
Drug lord.
Conor Ben?
Mm-hmm.
I hope not. I don't want Conor Ben to ride off of a fucking Pacquiao high, even though he's like 47 goddamn years old.
I'm just saying, I can see it. They both be juiced up somewhere in fucking Saudi Arabia.
Oh Lord, Pacquiao better not sacrifice his dumb ass to a
I
Conor.
I heard them American taxes. I heard them taxes taxed his ass. I heard that's what a lot of reason he was still fighting and shit. I heard the government got up in them. That's how he even went to PBC. That Al helped him with them tax issues and all that shit.
Probably.
Al paid his taxes. That's true. That's how he was able to get. Because he wasn't. Because before, I'm off of that.
No, I apologize. I cut you off.
No, because Al paid all Manny's taxes. That's why he was able to allow him to fight in the United States. Because remember, for a few years, Manny wasn't allowed to fight in the States because he owed so much taxes.
Yeah, like people think that because they earn money in the United States and then they move it to offshore accounts that all of a sudden that defeats tax liability. It's like, no, you have to put it through some mechanisms, some LLCs, but either way you can't hide it because you earn the fucking money on international television. We can see.
Right, exactly. We can see.
Yeah, Uncle Sam can Google the purse amounts and then they perform an audit. I mean, because Shakira got caught up with taxes in Spain. They were like, wait a minute, bitch, just because you like making money in the US
the world don't mean
yeah, you're a Spanish citizen. You need to bring some of that money home.
That's just like the US getting involved in this DK shit. Like they don't give a fuck about Irish gangsters, but we care about you because you getting money, untaxed money from the US. So we'll come across the pond and come get your ass. You know what I mean? So it's just now. D-High, you a smart guy. I wanted to ask you: do you think the promotion of the Spence Crawford fight would have been bigger had Fox had it?
Sure, because Fox has access to regular cable television if a lot of people don't pay for Showtime cable packages, so sure. But honestly, I think the fight would have been bigger if Bud also helped build up some anticipation as opposed to killing hope.
Yeah.
So
I know a lot of people even to this day feel like
the fight
ain't real.
Bloods boxing, I think that show PBC on Fox would have made that shit look like fucking magic.
Larger than life. Because I'm looking at the Sports Illustrated cover with Jake Paul. Like how did I already can, and I don't want to get caught up in my conspiracies, but the biggest fight of boxing is upon us. But y'all got Jake Paul on the front.
Well, the thing come on. Well, Jake Paul's fan, but he already had like 20 million subscribers before he even got into boxing. So a lot of the groundwork for his popularity was already laid. This boxing shit is extra. This boxing shit is only because his dumbass brother is the one who had YouTube change their algorithm because he shot that video in the Japanese suicide forest. Logan Paul, like people don't understand that Logan Paul is what ruined YouTube for a lot of people and why it's harder to earn money on YouTube now. So that's why the Paul brothers transitioned to boxing because it was like, shit, he done fucked up the algorithm. So now we need to find another way to get some money around here.
Damn. But I'm saying, I'm thinking like, but I'm tying this into just the promotion of this fight. Like, I don't see it on ESPN as much. Like maybe next week we're gonna turn up. Maybe I seen him on First Take, but I'm just talking about like just the, the fanfare, the casual fanfare.
My guy once boxing, he put the 10-4 kufi on.
No, I do agree though that Fox, because like I said, Fox has more access to regular television, and also the thing is though, PBC, they weren't doing the right thing with their Fox contract because they weren't having enough quality fights on Fox to begin with. That's why they kind of let that contract go a little bit and focus more on Showtime for the pay-per-view end. But yeah, I do agree that if this commercial was broadcasted in between regular television, it would be a bigger fight for Fox.
Yeah, I hate that because I just want this fight to do very well, just to debunk the fact that a black got to fight a Mexican to produce some type of, you know what I mean? Like,
Because you know that's coming. You know that's
oh,
coming.
that's coming. I'm just trying. I just hope it sell like hella, like at least 900,000,
Like you
at least.
see, and this is why Spence Crawford, it's not the best. Canelo, he's the
Right.
because look what he did.
But the thing is, too, when it comes to that whole theory, not only is that historically not true, but the thing is, all that does is confirm that racism is real. People don't want to see people don't want to pay for two niggas. Like all that does is confirm that people don't want to spend the money. They'll support X person fighting a guy you've never heard of versus two bona fides because of color. Like that doesn't say.
And I just hate that because us as a people already divided. Like, it's like Crips and Bloods with this Spence and Crawford shit. You going to the barbershop, like, you know what I mean? So you already got the division.
A lot of my niggas is mad at me because I'm picking Spence.
Yeah, mine too. They think I'm going against the grain, and I'm like, bruh, like y'all not watching. I don't care how much of a fan I am. Y'all not watching
Even my pops is like, nigga, Spence gonna lose that, son. I'm like, Dad, I don't know what you're talking about.
No, because you know what it is, though, y'all. That top rank shit.
It's not just top rank. It's ESPN. ESPN has been like the CNN of sports. People have gotten all their sports information and news from ESPN. So when you get over to boxing, they cancel out the nuance. They assume that ESPN is the most credible source for everything, and nobody else knows what they're doing. It's like, all right.
And it's fucking not. Like ESPN's been exposed years.
ESPN provides good information, but boxing is nuanced. Boxing is not a team sport where like a lot of the scoring for boxing is objective. Like you can score basketball because you have statistics. You can score football because the paths to victory are measured through objective accomplishment. Who scores more points? Boxing is not as simple. There's a lot of subjectivity in it, and so that's why ESPN is not some bastion of knowledge.
They just they make money off of top rank. That's all it is.
Yeah, all of a sudden Lomachenko fucking lose to Devin Haney. We need to change the scoring system. Man, shut your punk ass up, Kellerman. That's why you're in the unemployment line.
Exactly.
Somebody trying to hear that bullshit. Oh, we need to change how we scored boxing for the last 100 years because Lomachenko lost a third fucking time. Like, man, get the fuck up out of here. Nobody trying to hear that bullshit.
I said, these motherfuckers act like he never lost before. He fucking lost twice before.
Yeah, I'm like, but they have more excuses. They have more and more creative excuses for when Lomachenko lost to Teofimo, but no one thought to rescore boxing. Fucking why? How come nobody was rescoring boxing when Teofimo beat him?
No, you know what it was? I still remember that shit. Max Kellerman said when a good little guy loses to a good big guy, that's what happened. But when Devin beats him, it's a problem. You need to rescore the system. Yeah. Let me not say what I was about to say.
Meanwhile, Devin Haney is smaller than Nakatani, who Lomachenko stopped. But let's not get into all of that.
Yeah, let's forget that happened.
Yeah, fucking lunacy. And you know what? I put this on Twitter, but honestly, like if I'm Spencer Heyman, I put this on Twitter. I'm beating Bud, and then on the rematch, Brad, I'm fucking him all the way over. 80-20 split. And then when he turns it down, inevitably turns it down, I'm never having him on my goddamn network ever again. You're not getting Thurman. You're not getting shit else. The only fight I will give you is Boots. And if you beat him, then maybe I have your ass back on my network. But outside of that, no, you're not getting Charlo. You're not getting Thurman. You're not getting Danny. You're not getting Laurie. You're not getting shit.
I'm about to say, like at this point, does anybody think he would beat Boots?
Crawford don't even think he beat Boots.
Exactly. So like, come on.
So I'd be like, you want back on my network? You put in an honest day's work and you beat Boots. But outside of that, you go to hell.
Matter of fact, y'all, since we all here and we talking about that, how do y'all look at Crawford and his team? Like, because remember, we all know this. They've talked so much hellish shit about PBC. His fans have talked shit about PBC. His fucking team have talked so much shit about PBC, but yet they're getting their biggest bag from PBC. They're getting the best promotion that they've ever got from PBC. So, like,
And they're getting the most respect they've ever gotten because Top Rank didn't respect them.
Fuck no, they look at them like fucking house niggas.
Yeah, like we discussed, Amir Khan got a bigger slice of bread than Crawford, and Amir Khan was a beltless contender that had been knocked out like 4 fucking times. So yeah, honestly, and again, this is why like the fan discourse has a great effect, a more outsized effect than people realize, because all Bud and Bomac are doing they're repeating shit that they've been told by their fans. All they're doing is repeating shit. Oh, don't trust PBC. Why? The fuck? Why?
And they're the ones who have the best fucking harmony with their fighters.
Right. They're the only fighters that don't have to constantly whine about money all the goddamn time. Like I don't understand. Don't trust PBG and Al Heyman up to no good. Bud had no frame of reference for that until the fans and boxing media and people like Steve Kim and Montero kept putting that in his fucking head. That's why none of his talking points make sense. He's repeating the shit that he sees on the timeline. Oh, I just want to make sure I know my worth and I'm getting my value. It's like, nigga, you didn't do shit but say, hey, how much you want the belt, Spence? How bad do you want it? Huh? How bad do you want it? I can walk off. I can walk off without the fight because my fans still gonna love me. They're gonna look at you as a duck. That's all he did. That's all he went in there and did. And like I said, if it had been me, I would have offered Terrence Crawford his little guarantee of like $12 million, but no back end. I would have gave Spence no purse, but 100% of the back end, because I know them dumbass niggas would have thought that they was coming up. I would have had Spence beat the shit out of him, and then once he sees the return on investment, he'll be crying trying to sue me in court.
Hey, off topic real quick. Have we got any face-offs between Inoue and Fulton?
Not yet.
I think it's coming up. I think it's either Friday or Saturday when that comes.
Because Fulton just got to Japan like 3-4 days ago.
Have they had any like online anything?
I don't think so.
Yeah, this is horrible.
That's top rank for you. And you know why? They're not pushing this fight like that? They're not promoting it.
They don't want eyes on it.
Now NUA has a fucking chance to lose. That's why.
Yeah, they don't want any eyes on the fuckery because you know there's some people are already talking. There's some potential issues. This is an American champion going abroad. We know how that happens. That's why they're talking about the judges aren't from the U.S. or Japan. Like that makes me fucking feel better. Like what the fuck did that mean?
Yeah, right. Where are they from? Germany?
Right. I don't give a fuck if they're from Kenya. Like, that don't do anything for me. They can still fuck up.
That's what I'm saying, but that's why they sabotage certain fights, because they know that their guy is at risk of losing. That's why. Yeah. Just like with Lomachenko and Haney, it's Fulton and fucking Inoue.
Yeah, but you notice they promoted the hell out of Haney and Kambosos because it didn't matter because the top ranked guy was gonna win regardless.
Exactly.
And because they had Haney locked into 3 fights, so it didn't matter who the fuck won. So they're like, all right, let's promote the shit out of this.
That's why that actually did well in Australia.
It did super good. It did better than any event that Ryan or Shakur has ever put on. But they like to say, that was because of Kambosos. And I'm like, that's cool, but the government of Australia had to subsidize the fight, and they were only doing it because Haney was down there.
Exactly.
They wouldn't. They literally said that the government wouldn't have injected any money into the fight if it was for a no-name opponent. So,
So I say because Kambosos had plenty of fights over there, and nobody gave a fuck about them.
Yeah. He hadn't fought in Australia in like his last 5 fights, so you can't say he was some kind of draw. And also, Devin Haney got more love and respect in Australia than he does here,
which is sad.
They treated Devin Haney better in Australia when he was hanging out with them indigenous kids than they do in the fucking United States. Even black people hate Devin Haney over here.
That's fucking ridiculous, bro. That shit don't make no
This shit is priceless, man. Like,
I remember, no, cause I still remember me and BFTV was talking about it. Shout out to him. I still remember we was talking about it before that first fight, because BFTV was at a mindset at the time. He said that he didn't trust what the fuck was going on over there, and he actually told me, like, he said he told them not to go over there because he was afraid of the fuckery. And I told BFTV, I kept it a G with him. I said, look, bro, he's too fucking good for fucking Cambosis. Send him over there. He's going to handle business. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was never fucking worried that he's going to lose to that dude. Like, because if you know a fighter is that good, send his ass over to the other country. Just like what we did with Earl Spence and Kell Brook. Kell Brook is a tough son of a bitch. We know that. He's good. Very good. But we knew Errol Spence was going to beat him. So, we had no convictions.
right. And the thing is too, what bothers me most is that Haney is not someone who's done disservices to the fans. Like, I liked Terrence Crawford all the way up until these negotiations when I realized he was lying about a lot of stuff. That's because before, if y'all remember, I was actually drinking the Kool-Aid. I said, "Oh no, Terrence Crawford's not ducking," and I also said this dumb shit before before Charlo versus Castano too. I actually thought Bud had a chance against Charlo. I said that Bud could probably go up and get a decision off of him, but then I saw that fight and I was like, I don't know what the fuck I was smoking. But yeah, I like Bud up until these negotiations, and I had to go back and assess the years of his career, and I realized, oh, he's a lying son of a bitch. He's been lying this entire time. So, and so he's done fans a disservice. He's lied to fans, and he's never given fans fights they wanted up until now. Devin Haney has done no such thing. Devin Haney has done no such thing. He's been,
give us the fight that we wanted.
Yeah, he's like Jermell. Yeah, he's like Jermell Charlo. He over delivers. He like people say, "Oh, you gonna duck Shakur?" Send him a contract. That's the first thing he did.
He went behind the scenes like it's supposed to do with negotiations and sent his ass a contract, and Shakur ducked the smoke. So we don't want to hear that shit no more.
Yeah, and the worst part to me is if Shakur wasn't a dumbass, he would have never told anybody that Devin Haney actually offered him a contract. He would have said, "Nope, I've received nothing." He would have lied about it, but he accidentally told the truth, and that's the one thing I hate. I can't stand when people do that.
He's too loose-lipped.
Yeah, he's a fool, and he's letting all the public hype, the public ESPN hype, get to his head. Like, oh, they say I beat everybody. I'm the man. It's like, okay, that's cool, but do you believe that?
Exactly, because I don't think he does, because he wouldn't have turned down that 25%.
Yeah, because especially in this, and that's why honestly I think Shakur is nicer when it comes to Tank, because I'm pretty sure that even Shakur knows that he doesn't. I don't think he thinks he wins that fight personally, because I don't. I don't.
Yeah, I used to think so, that he could beat Tank, but
I never believed that.
Nah, he beat Tank. The only person who got a chance against Tank down there is Devin.
Yeah, like I think that Shakur versus Haney is a 50-50 fight. I think Haney versus both those dudes is a 50-50. I think he could definitely lose to both, but I think for Shakur versus Tank, I think that's like a 70-30. The favors of Tank.
I'm honestly, I don't know if Shakur could take Tank power.
No, nobody can. If he lands flush, I don't think anybody can.
Yeah, because I say the only person down there that has the type of power that Tank has is fucking Batiste.
Yeah, that's about it. And I don't think they're gonna do any of that. So yeah. I don't think that's why Shakur is always like, oh, Tank is the man, and and he hasn't disrespected Tank at all. So I don't think he's stupid.
No, and another thing too, I think that another reason why I don't think he disrespect Tank, because Tank has proven he will run up on you outside of the ring.
Yeah, and snatch the shit out of you. Yeah,
You saw he ran up on fucking Tevin
Right.
Farmer, and he ran up on fucking Ryan Garcia in the club.
Ryan at talking about he snatched my chain. He's a bully. Like nigga, throw a punch. What is wrong with you? Talking about
That's all I'm saying.
he
The Tank
assaulted
don't give a
me.
fuck about your entourage.
He assaulted me while I was having a good time at the club. Like, oh my god, you really coming to tell us you got assaulted? Like, shut the fuck up, bro. Ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. You got assaulted at the club, man. You just got snatched up,
bro. Niggas
yeah,
soft
like
as shit, man. That's what I'm
I
saying. That's why Shakur ain't disrespecting Tank, because Tank is gonna run up on him. Because Tank be up a lot of these places on the
yeah,
East Coast.
Tank always, unfortunately, Tank is always out with folks.
Yeah, he's in the mix, literally in the mix.
Getting into shenanigans, and then people keep talking about Jay Prince. I'm like, bro, y'all gotta stop thinking everybody with a little bit of criminal history is some kind of like mafioso type of motherfucker. Like, bro, Jay Prince is a fucking manager, just like Freeway Rick Ross. Most people don't know because nobody gives a shit. But when Freeway Rick Ross got out of jail, he started managing talent. Do you think anybody running around here is currently afraid of Freeway Rick Ross in 2023?
Nope.
Freeway Rick Ross got more street cred than Jay Prince has ever fucking had, and
Way more.
Yeah, nobody's afraid of Freeway Rick. Nobody gives a shit. Just like nobody gives a shit about Jay Prince.
And also at the same time, Ross is not even on that type time anymore. He chilling.
Right, because God knows he makes one mistake and the FBI will have his ass thrown away for life. They love getting rid of people like him. So, it's just like, and like people talking about, oh man, you better be careful. Jay Prince gonna come. Man, dude, I don't give a shit. Me and Jay Prince might have went to the same type of school when we was kids.
Exactly. They be acting like that's gonna pump fear in motherfuckers.
Yeah, bro.
You gotta remember, Tank from Baltimore. He don't give a fuck. Like Baltimore don't give a fuck.
Which is unfortunate. I hope Tank stops going back to Baltimore because he seems to never be able to stay his black ass out of trouble every time he go around there. Every time he go around there, some type of case pop up.
You know what's funny? Though, D, the fucking I'm pretty sure you remember the show The Wire.
Yeah, that was probably one of the best shows ever made.
In my opinion, that's what I'm saying. In my opinion, the best show ever, in my opinion. But that is real, authentic Baltimore. That was not fucking fake.
Oh,
fake cinema.
I live 15 minutes from Baltimore. A lot of that shit, them row houses still look like that.
I know. I've been on the block where they filmed. The Wire.
Yeah, like Amsterdam, that place is still boarded up. It looks very creepy. Like I'm pretty sure there are corpses back there.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, that shit ain't sweet over there. So
yeah, a lot of the crime has moved over to like Montgomery County and DC more so than Baltimore because it's just like straight up poverty now in those little small spots. Yep. But yeah, no. So yeah.
Now, plus, because I was going down there because I ain't gonna lie, I was messing with a shorty down there. You know what I'm saying? I still talk to her from time to time. So, you know what I'm saying? That's how I know all about that shit down there. Like, that shit ain't for fake down there. Trust me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So when people talk about, Jay Prince this, Jay Prince that, I'm like, bro, can Jay Prince make some fucking fights? How about that? How about you get motherfuckers sign some paperwork talking about Devin Haney pricing himself out of the fight? Imagine saying the undisputed champion is pricing himself out. Like, Jay, you just like, what is you doing, bro?
How the fuck the guy that has all the belts, more fucking pay-per-view numbers, more fucking revenue generated is pricing himself out of the fight? Man,
because Jay
shows goofy ass down so fucking where, man.
And one thing that Shakur's going to learn the hard way is because Jay Prince doesn't like his cut. Jay Prince did the math on 25%, and Jay Prince don't like the percentage he's getting for the amount of
exactly.
Risk. So that's why Jay probably going to Shakur, be like, hey, don't accept that shit. We don't. I'm pretty sure Jay is the type of manager that goes, we don't fight for that much. Not Shakur, we.
That's exactly what it is, bro. Because that's just like I was breaking it down with one of my homies, yo. Like, because remember, Shakur is paying 3 different people. Right. He's paying Top Rank. He's paying Jay Prince, and I'm pretty sure he's paying somebody else.
You got to pay his team.
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah. And my biggest question is when people talk about Jay Prince, I'm like, okay, cool. What exactly is Jay Prince doing for Shakur right now that ESPN can't do by themselves? But I'm pretty sure at this point,
he's just a face.
He's
That's
just
what
the
he
middle.
is.
He's just the middleman leeching money, to be honest. And I'm pretty sure at this point, what people have talked about, because I'm pretty sure, because Shakur is a goofball. He's from New Jersey, so he thinks having somebody with street credentials is going to do something for him. And maybe Jay Prince can organize celebrities at his birthday party and shit. But outside of that, nothing Jay Prince does on the business side trumps what ESPN does for him. And I'm pretty sure at this point, Shakur might be afraid to mention that to Jay Prince because he's afraid of the repercussions, especially because Shakur, he's an adult, but that dude was next to Takeoff and all that when all that happened. So he's probably still
He was right there. He was right there when all that shit happened.
So he's probably still a little
When Jay Prince's son and all them did that goofy shit.
Yeah, so he's probably still a little shook up and doesn't want, and he's not in a position to negotiate for real with Jay Prince. But it's like, you can fire this nigga, Shakur. Like if you want to see more of your money, once you have a big enough profile, it's okay to tell Jay Prince, hey, you're not actually earning your cut at this point. Like when I was a young and up and comer, getting me around celebrities, building my profile, yeah, that makes sense. But now I can't actually justify you getting 15% of some shit when it's mostly me negotiating with ESPN and you just getting the cut back here. It's the same as Canelo. It's the same as Canelo with Oscar De La Hoya. Like, okay, you got paid for the work that you put in, but at this point, I'm doing most of the work, and you're getting a percentage for what? Like, you're not.
He cut Oscar out.
Yeah, because it's not unfair because Jay Prince gets a percentage off every fight. But after a certain point, it's like, okay, I'm negotiating this fight by myself. Why should I give you a percentage? You're not doing anything. You're just here.
It's funny, D. They talk all that shit about people like Earl Spence and all them, but they get their own fucking money. They ain't gotta pay nobody.
Yeah, Heyman takes his 15%.
He only takes what, 10%?
I think it's 15
lower than that.
But the thing is, no matter how much money you make, his percentage doesn't actually change. Exactly. And what he does is he makes sure you get royalties in perpetuity. Exactly. So really, his advisory services are actually worth it, and also because PBC is the only management firm that has an exclusive relationship with Showtime, which is $1 billion corporation, which is incredibly valuable. What the fuck links is Jay Prince making? You already were signed with ESPN and you got a signing bonus out to amateurs. Jay Prince didn't do that. You did.
Exactly.
It's like,
then on top of that, what? Because what? And another thing too, with Earl, he's basically getting two checks. He's getting a fighter check and a promotional check. Yeah,
and also he's getting a royalties.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah,
for when the fight gets aired on YouTube.
So he's getting paid 3 different fucking ways.
Yeah, and then whatever Frank Martin makes, he gets a piece of that.
Exactly. True.
Yeah. So yeah, but so Shakur is talking about money because he just doesn't understand money yet. Because like Errol Spence, people forget Top Rank went to Errol Spence first. They offered.
Yeah, they did. They tried to get Errol. They gave him a bigger bag than PBC did originally.
Yeah, they offered him the signing bonus, but this is the benefits of having a father in your life. He understood money from a very early age and was like, nah, son, over time, this money will be more than this money. They said, okay, fine.
and like he said, even he said on $1 million worth of game when I was watching an interview, like he said that fucking Al was talking about him with generational wealth even before his first professional fight.
Yeah, that's because that's what a manager does when they care about your best interest. They don't talk about how much money we getting. They talk about how much money can I make you. Yep, that's what an actual manager
what Al does.
Yeah, that's exactly what a manager does. Jay Prince over talking about how much money we fighting for. Bomac talking about how much money we getting. I'm like, you dirty sons of bitches, get the fuck out of here.
They don't even step foot in the fucking ring.
Right, and then it's funny because Bomac looks incredibly crazy for Terrence Crawford sued ESPN for racism, and Bomac got the nerve to still be dealing with those people.
He still be doing shit with them.
Yeah, and it's like, is this really your friend, Terrence? This person is voluntarily maintaining a financial relationship with the company that you allege screwed you over. So how much do you know this person? Does this person really have your best interest at heart? Because his fat ass can't coach worth shit. I like, and that's the craziest thing, because that's why people say the real reason why Bud fans say Errol Spence say Bud has the ring IQ advantage is because they know that Bud gets no help during fights. Bud has
to
He has to figure out everything for himself because Bomac is fucking horrible. Like if you listen to his advice in the corner, it's terrible. It's some shit. It's some shit that someone who didn't know boxing would say.
Yo,
You gotta
bro,
box him.
that's another reason why I'm so confident that Errol Spence is gonna beat him too, because Derrick James is so much better than fucking Bomac. Bro, it's not even fucking close. Like, it's sad how much of a disadvantage that is, bro.
And it was hilarious because during the All Access, Bud was on the bag, mixing it up, having a little fun. And Bomac was like, "I bet you're not gonna dance on Errol like that." And then Bud was like, "What?" It's like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "Bo, what are you doing?"
Why would you say that?
Yeah, like what?
I didn't even see that part, bro. I gotta go back and watch that show now.
Oh yeah, go watch the second All Access. Like, yeah, I bet
I
you
didn't
won't
see that
dance.
one yet. Oh
I bet,
shit!
I bet you won't dance on Errol like that. And then Bud was like, "What?" Like, and I'm just like, "This." Oh my
And
god!
another thing too that people that's how you know Earl's been fucking fixated on his fight. You saw that joint on the first one, right? When he was talking about some Bud don't eat hot sauce. Nobody fucking knew that but Earl.
Bomac didn't know that.
Exactly. That shit.
And I'm like,
you don't think that's creepy, bro?
even Errol Spence looked at Bomac for answers, and Bomac was like, "Shit, I don't know." It's like, "Oh, yo, nigga, you're worthless, bro." Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, Earl knows more about your fighter than you do.
And the thing that gives me the most confidence is when I was watching the second episode, Errol Spence acknowledged the advantages that Crawford has. He's like, "Yeah, I know he's faster than me. I know he has a lot of power and relies on precision timing, and he moves around a lot when we've planned for that." And I'm like, that's so important to recognize when your opponent has advantages over you. That's how you plan for victory. All that rah-rah, I'm better than you at everything.
Exactly.
Shit, yeah, that sounds good. But when you actually understand the advantages that an opponent has over you, that's how you can plan.
That's how you counter. That's how you plan for it. Like you said, plan for it, and then you found a way to counter that.
Right. I was so, because at first I was a little scared when DJ said he's more athletic than he does have boxing skill, and I was like, "All right, DJ, I don't know about all that." But then when when Spence said, when Spence said he's faster than me, he's he relies on timing. I was like, okay, great, all right, that makes a lot of sense.
He got a plan for that.
Right.
That should give you definitely confidence.
Right. Yeah. So I'm
gonna find a way to neutralize all that.
And also, some of Bud's speed has tapered off as we discussed.
That shit is tapered off majorly. People, that's what I'm saying. Like, do his fans really watch the fights? Because he even looks slow against Avanesian.
Right.
And yeah. I'm like, because I never watched that fight until a couple of days ago, bro. Because I didn't bother to watch that shit. I didn't want to watch that fucking fight. Well, I watched it a couple of days ago. Finally.
I watched it twice, and I'm like, yeah.
You don't. That's all. Like, yeah. That's why watching that fight, I'm like, oh no. And most of the time, sometimes though, it depends on who's in front of you. Like, you don't take that opponent serious,
right?
But you're going into the biggest fight of your life, and this dude right here is not preparing you for that.
Right. Oh, look, you see who's in the chat? It's official J Prince Jr. I can't tell if that's a troll account or if that's the real J Prince, but you can get the link from Artman, and I'll tell you the same thing I just said. This is not the part of the movie where I get scared. I work 10 minutes away from DC. I have to deal with people that have a little bit more power than J Prince. So so yeah, Artman, if you're there, give him the link so he can tell me what he has to say, because my opinion on you and your situation, if that is actually J Prince, is not going to change simply because you're here now.
What the hold on. Oh shit. Yeah, that's gotta be a fucking fake account.
It doesn't matter. People do this. People do this. Oh, you're not gonna say that when they're on live, and then when I do, they just say, "Oh, well, your tone was different." No, it wasn't. It was the same.
Man, so, they be full of shit, bro. Like,
yeah,
for real.
I have no problem repeating what I just said directly to J Prince. If this is actually DJ Prince, for whatever that means to somebody.
Like, they don't understand business.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, he's not the first person to do what he does.
But I say, there's been plenty of fucking people that's gotten into boxing.
That's a troll account. Okay.
I'm not surprised because
yeah, why would J Prince make the time for me? But I really don't care if that was really J Prince. Somebody went, hey, they talking, you better get on these niggas. I will tell J Prince the same thing I just said. He is a middle manager, like a lot of different people in boxing, and that's why when professional fighters get enough star power, they tend to separate from middle managers because they outweigh the costs outweigh the
Look
benefits.
at this, Joe. They talking about some Alpha show Joe on the show right now. Yep.
Yeah, that's why I said drop the link for him if he's the official J Prince Jr. Yeah, so anyways, but dudes always do that. I remember when I first started speaking on our man show, they would go get the Twitter niggas. Hey, he's talking about y'all on live. They would come here, say a bunch of nothing, and leave. I'm like, I don't care. Like, oh, I heard my name was mentioned. So,
oh, okay.
Yeah, like what the fuck are you gonna do? Like, and then the people they would go get would never the people from boxing Twitter that actually know something. It'd be all the weird divorced and living off disability ass AARP crowd of people.
Like that, what was that one white boy name that be on Twitter always saying weird ass shit?
I have no idea. There's so many of them.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, it was like 1,000 of motherfuckers.
It was one of the dudes that always hang out.
Said Johnny something. I'm trying to remember his fucking name.
Yeah, I don't know. And it was one of the dudes that always hang out in the space crowd and still somehow don't have more information than any of us. But you know, just like the shit about Samson and Benavidez, I want to know is Samson fucking lying? Like people said that Samson was lying about the Benavidez and Morrell deal, but this motherfucker.
Oh, no. I actually got information on that, bro, because I actually talked to the person that knows.
So is he really trying to fight fucking Munguia?
Honestly, no. I'm gonna give you the scoop, just a little bit of it. That fight, the reason they're not making that fight, bro, because they don't feel like that the eyeballs are on it or necessary for it yet. You know what I'm saying? Like the eyeballs is necessary for like Crawford and Spence or Charlo and Canelo. They don't think that Benavidez and Morrell have the fan bases yet to make that kind of fight, and where both fighters get paid. Because honestly, like, and just like the person that told me, said Morrell is managed by they both managed by basically the same people, a father and a son combination.
Like, so Benavidez,
they can make that fight anytime they want to, bro.
Okay, well, I don't know why Samson came out and talking all that bullshit. Like,
Samson's talking a bunch of nothing, bro.
Yeah, like why
they can like the father, I mean, but both of them got the same manager basically. The father is the manager of Benavidez, and the son is the manager for Morrell.
Oh, okay.
So they can literally make that fight anytime they want to, but they just don't think it's ready yet. It's not marinated enough yet. That's why. Why do you think that when I see people saying Benavidez is ducking Morrell's, like, nah, that's why I never speak on it, bro, because it's not the case. They just don't think it's ready yet.
And then it's gonna be interesting because I'm not gonna lie, Jaime Munguia is not that great, but at 168, he's not a small little dude. He's not, and he has pretty quick hands himself. Did he almost get cooked by Deverenchenko? Yes. Did I think he lost that fight despite the knockdown? Yes. But Benavidez is a bigger target that's not as skilled as Deverenchenko, so it's gonna be.
Deverenchenko's a little bit smaller too, so he can avoid certain punches.
Right. So it's gonna look real stupid if Benavidez get in here with Munguia and don't take care of business. It's gonna look super stupid.
I'm very confident he'll take care of business, but I do understand that there's a downside to it. So that's why I understand what you're saying. Even like honestly, even if this fight goes the distance, it's gonna look idiotic on Benavidez's part. Munguia is there to be hit. He's there to be hit every fucking round.
Yeah, Munguia is literally horrible. He's horrible. He's been rocked by so many damn people. Munguia couldn't even beat Dennis Hogan for real.
Bro, he got beat by Dennis Hogan to me.
Right.
And then people had the nerve to talk about Jamal Charlo getting me whooping his ass in fucking what was it, 5-6 rounds?
No, he knocked him out in like 6 or 7 rounds. Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. But y'all come at Charlo for doing that. But Dennis Hogan basically beat Munguia.
Yeah, so
he just got robbed.
Yeah, so Benavidez is setting himself up for this. Is like I said, if I was Benavidez, I'll fight somebody like Shishkin, who's already over there on fucking Showtime anyway. Bring Shishkin up to an event. He's been putting in work on Showbox cards for the longest. Get him some work.
Bro, they not. That ain't. I don't. but yeah, bro. Nobody, that Benavidez Morel situation. Nobody's ducking nobody, bro. I'm keeping it a stack with you, and you know I ain't got no problem calling somebody out. But nobody's ducking nobody. They just don't feel like their fight is ready yet. That's all it is.
Okay, well, hey, I blame Samson for making it look that way. Samson made it look real stupid.
Samson be saying some stupid shit, bro.
Yeah,
When they feel like that fight is ready, they'll call. I mean the father and the son will call out and they'll make the fight.
Yeah, okay. Samson, Munguia is a money fight. The Benavidez is a money fight for Munguia. Munguia is fucking who? What? How much money Munguia's opponent's been getting paid?
Bro, it's golden boy. You know it ain't that much,
right? I'm like literally, Jojo Diaz made more fighting Devin Haney than he's ever made in his entire fucking career. Jojo Diaz
don't nobody really make money at fuck. Why you think Ryan Garcia trying to get the fuck out of there?
Right? Yeah, he's trying to
he
sue
just
out of
made
his
a whole fucking grip. He made more money in one fight versus Tank than he did his fucking career. And that's why the fuck he's trying to. That's why Oscar's suing him, because he's trying to buy himself out of his contract. He got the money now to buy himself out.
That's why I believed That's why I believed the 30 million, because I'm thinking, who else would know better than Oscar? Because nothing sobers up Oscar faster than a paycheck.
That check was real, because I did some digging too, bro. The check is legit.
Oscar is deep. Oscar is deep in all his fighters' pockets. So who would know better than Oscar?
Yeah, he coked up, but he ain't smoked up. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, trust me.
I guarantee you, he can recall every Canelo fight purse from memory.
Oh yeah.
That's how he'd be buying his plastic girlfriends. But you know, if you notice, Jay Prince is not joining the show yet.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm about to go get something to eat because the nigga is starving.
Right.
Yeah, I gotta get up out of here too, though. But
well, yeah, I'm gonna chop it up with y'all next time y'all get on.
Yeah.
Because I had just woke the fuck up when Art sent me the link. I literally just woke the fuck up because I just did an overnight shift. Because I saw my DM, because usually it's a female, but he sent me the joint. I'm like, oh hell yeah, I'm like, bet.
This guy, I give bitch everybody.
No, real shit though. That's what happened though. I was cracked. That's why I'm like, oh, she sent me the link back. Let me brush my teeth real quick and fix my shit up, and then I'm gonna hop on with y'all. That's why it took me a little minute to hop on with y'all.
Shit, but I'm out of here. I'm about to watch that
the media workout,
man.
Oh yeah, that joint is today, right?
Yes,
Spence.
Oh yeah, Spence joint. Oh yeah, I'm gonna check that joint out.
My dog Spence Crawford looking like an old man in there, skinny as fuck, small as hell.
Oh shit!
All right, I'm gonna holler at y'all though, man.
Talk to y'all later.
All right.